What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Ben Podcast, and we are here for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. And today we have a lot to unwrap. So, ladies and gentlemen, without a further ado, before we get into everything, actually, make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button and support the channel. We appreciate everyone's support. And today we got a big episode. This is episode number 59, almost at 60. So this is gonna be a fun one today, ladies and gentlemen. As you all know, it is the NFL playoffs. So we have some guests on today's episode for that. But first, let me introduce our co-hosts. First off, Hayden, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. MG, I've been thinking.
What's up?
So, you know how in 2014 Dez dropped it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then in 2016 Jared Cook caught it?
Yeah.
So does that mean Jared Cook has better hands than Dez Bryant?
In the playoffs. Anyways, V-Hub, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm not doing good right now. There's no reason to talk about the Dez situation. But I'm kind of under the weather right now, but I'm ready for some football this weekend.
Yes, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, we have two guests. Both guys, I believe, have been on the podcast before. Both great content creators, and we love and respect both of these guys. First, we're gonna introduce one of our guests. He's a Niners fan, and I'm pretty sure y'all gonna love his insight on the Niners. We have Roach Entertainment. Rocha, what's up, man? How you doing?
What it do, baby? What's up, everybody? How's it going?
Good. How about you?
Great.
It's going great.
Not
Can't
this
wait for
guy.
Sunday.
Why
Feels
is
great,
this
baby.
guy?
Hey,
It was
MG. You forgot
What?
one thing when you introduced Rocha.
What?
The better Niner fan in the community. He's better than
Oh.
Isaiah.
Oh, that's a shot at PJ.
Hey, that
Oh,
was towards
I was
Isaiah and
uncomfortable.
PJ. That was
And our
both of
next
them.
guest, I mean, if you watching this podcast and you support us, you probably already know who this is. This man needs no introduction, but we're gonna introduce him anyway. He's one half of the best sports channel I've came across, and it's no debate. We got Sean from the Sports Series on the podcast today. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good. I appreciate y'all having me on. Ready to make Roach's weekend worse.
I like this guy.
And
I like
just
this
to
guy.
fill up the fans, or the viewers, y'all have a bet during this game. It's a shirt bet, and the loser has to wear ugly shirts. So, would any of y'all like to explain the details of that?
Yeah, so Rocha thinks he's gonna win, but yeah, pretty much whoever loses has to wear a shirt of the other person's choosing. It could be whatever we choose off Amazon, stuff like that. There's we have different ideas already. And it's gonna be entertaining. You know, it allows us to kind of have some fun with each other, along with everybody else getting a little joke out of it, right?
Yeah.
All our viewers and stuff. So just
Yes, sir.
a little bit of a little fun.
Yes,
And I
sir,
can't wait
yes.
for Sean to have to wear his.
Mhm.
Oh man. All right, so Hayden, would you like to take us and our guest in our first topic today?
I would love to. So, what this first topic is going to be all about how all five of us feels how our teams perform since all of our teams are in the playoffs. And we will start off with the best Cowboy fan in here. Sean, go ahead.
Wow.
Oh wow. That's a slow shot. B-Hub. Dude, the Cowboys this year have been just so much fun to watch. You know, after what happened last year with Dak Prescott, that horrific injury, our defense looking god awful, the worst ever in Cowboy history. To have this kind of bounce back year after everybody made fun of our division, MG knows what I'm talking about, the NFC least. And now we have two teams that are in the playoffs, and we also had, obviously Washington was fighting till the end. So it feels good to have our division kind of getting a little bit more respect. But yeah, this season's been great. Just love seeing the development of Trayvon Diggs, and then obviously we don't even have to talk about Micah Parsons. What else is there to say? So just the turnaround that we've had. You know, I know people still love to hate on the Cowboys, and that's the case always, every year. But man, just feels good to just see a huge turnaround and seeing Dak stay healthy, obviously, and just all these players on defense stepping up.
Hey, Sean.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey. Stop. No, but you know how we had that Aaron Jones Zeke bet, which I lost?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Tell him what was the bet? What was it?
So the bet was whoever would have more rushing yards between Aaron Jones and Zeke won. I
Yeah.
was
Even though he was
wondering-
banged up for the last like 5 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Even I was wondering if you want to do a double or nothing with two
Mm.
different players on our teams, and I believe with Sean Gary will have a better year than Michael Parsons in sacks and tackles.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about next year?
Yep,
Okay, so this is for next season.
yep, and it's gonna be a double or nothing for our bet. So if I lose, I owe you 80. If not, if I win, you owe me nothing.
I think that's a win-win for me.
I think
So
that's a
Micah
win for
versus
me.
Gary, right?
Yep,
Mm-hmm. Sean Gary.
Okay, and this
Yep.
is going off of what? Sacks,
sacks and tackles.
sacks, and tackles.
Yes.
So what if Micah has more
ties.
sacks but less tackles? Like,
You want to do sacks? Then I just thought about it.
Yeah, just do sex.
Yeah, let's do
just do
sacks.
sacks because they're both. Yeah, that's like it's kind of
Rashad
tough.
had a great year for us. He had like double-digit sacks. That's why I think this will be closer than what people think.
Mm.
Yeah, Micah has
Hayden.
13. Yeah, I don't mind that. I'll do it.
All right.
All right, Hayden going making the unpopular opinion, but we'll see what happens. But Hayden, who's next?
Let's stay in the NFCs. Let's go to Mr. B Hub. Let's get the Cowboy fans out of the way. Least favorite fans in here.
Like they're getting out of the way this weekend.
Hey, you're not wrong, bro. But we'll get more into it during our predictions.
Ah,
B-Hub,
can't
how
wait
do
to
You'll see,
eat your
bro.
words and cry.
How do you feel about the Cowboys?
I'm very happy with this season. Watching this team's a lot of fun. After 2020 finishing 6-10 with arguably the worst defense in football besides the Atlanta Falcons before last year, bringing in Dan Quinn as the defensive coordinator. He brought some of his guys from Atlanta. I don't like KZ that much, but I really like Keanu Neal. Moved him to linebacker. Seeing all these younger guys getting more opportunities like Trayvon Diggs, double-digit interceptions. A lot of people like to hate on him, but you wish you had him on your team.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Let's be honest. So I'm very happy with this year. Mike McCarthy as a coach. He kind of messes up sometimes, but he's a very good vocal leader as a head coach. Dak Prescott coming back from the injury, passing for over 4,000 yards, almost had 4,500.
Yeah.
Had like 37 touchdowns, broke Tony Romo's record. So it was a very good season, and I'm very happy to see us going back into the playoffs.
That's good. Didn't the Cowboys, Sean B Up, if I'm wrong, did you guys get a lot of hate for bringing in Dan Quinn from Atlanta as your DC? Saying you guys.
Well, I
he's
feel like
not
a lot of people
good.
hated the move, but no one hated him as a defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was for a head coach, everyone would hate on it for obvious reasons. But he brought a team to a Super Bowl. He pretty much made the Legion of Boom, let's be honest.
Yeah.
And he brought in a lot of lanky corners, as you saw in the draft this season. And let's talk about Jaron Curse. He's been very good under Dan Quinn. So shout out to Dan Quinn, who's getting a lot of head coaching opportunities this year. So let's hope we keep him.
Yeah.
Talking about Javon Curse, he's coming back, by the way, from COVID. So that's going to be huge against George Kittle because he's literally he's only out there mainly to cover tight ends, but he flies around either way. But like B-Hub said, honestly, I don't remember too many. Maybe some people didn't like the Dan Quinn being brought in, but I loved it. Dan Quinn has always been a defensive guy. Players always loved him. And right when we got him, I knew we were going to go out and get Keanu Neal and some of these other guys, and I loved the move. Like B-Hub said, he built that Legion of Boom, and we saw how dominant they were over the years. And the simple fact when he came in, and he did what I liked about it is he came in just like kind of Mike McCarthy did, right? He got fired early in the season, and he said that he took the whole rest of the year to reflect. And when he came in, a lot of people thought he was going to be a cover 2 kind of guy because that's how he was pretty much all his other days. He said, nope, he's going to go off his personnel. He reevaluated himself, and now he's more of a man guy. He trusts his players to make plays, right? He's doing different types of schemes, a lot of stunts and stuff like that. So even though he may be an old dog, he's taught himself some new tricks. And look what he's done with this defense and this young, talented defense, and really turned it completely around. So I've loved it from day one, and it's proved to be amazing.
Yeah, just one thing I like about the Cowboys, and I just hate complimenting this team. Y'all don't understand how much I hate this. But one thing I like about what Dan Quinn has done this year is that I think Sean hit it on the nail as far as trusting your personnel and kind of, not being a stubborn coach and it's only your scheme. If the players don't work in your scheme, then they get rid of them. You actually look at the players you have and you scheme for them. You let your players create the scheme, and that's what I like about coaches. And I think that's the route that a lot of coaches should go nowadays, defensive or offensive.
Mm-hmm.
You build your scheme around the players you have. You don't try to make your players play for your scheme because it
Exactly.
might not work all the time. And the Dan Quinn hire, I think you guys hit that on the nail. Now, unfortunate for y'all, he could get a head coaching job this year,
Good.
so we'll see. But
Yeah, it makes me a little nervous.
we'll see what happens. But hey, man, if he doesn't get a head coaching job, if he continues to be the defensive guy for Dallas, and I think you guys got a good defensive coordinator there. And I mean, you guys look. I mean, Sean, you guys even got mocked for it. You guys had a disappointing defense last year. I mean, you guys were
Yeah.
one of the worst defenses I've ever seen from the Dallas
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
And you guys completely turned it around. You drafted Micah. You had Diggs and going into year two, and you build around those two superstars. People forget how dominant DeMarcus Lawrence used to be and how he still can be. Randy Gregory, I always say, I love the guy, or I love the player, but the guy has to stay on the field. He's done that this year. And then you got other guys who go under the radar in the secondary who really play well around your stars on the defensive side of the ball. And that's just what I like about the Cowboys defense
Yeah.
this year. But yeah.
I agree. You guys are great. Honestly, y'all gotta hope Doug Peterson gets a head coaching job if you want to keep Dan Campbell.
Dan
Dan
Campbell?
Campbell.
Dan
Shut up!
Campbell.
Dan
Told
Quinn.
y'all, hey, I
Dan
told y'all
Quinn.
something stupid was gonna happen.
You
I
know
told
what
y'all the
this
road to
man
this.
said
hell?
last week? This man
All
called
right.
Scotty Miller Scotty Pippen last week.
Oh my
He called
goodness
Scotty Miller
gracious.
Scotty Pippen.
Of course he did. Of course he did. No, yeah. Selfishly, I don't want Dan Quinn to get another head coaching job. I hope he stays selfishly, but obviously, he, because of his success and stuff like that, teams might be looking at him, right?
Mhm.
And he's obviously getting a lot of interviews. So I do wish him the best if he does go somewhere, but I kind of want him to stay selfishly. But yeah, definitely our defense last
feel
year
the same
under
way.
Mike Nolan, right?
Yeah.
Was
Oh my god.
terrible. Now, I don't want to always chalk that up to Mike Nolan. Remember, it was COVID year, not a lot of
Yes.
practices. The preseason was non-existent. So, Mike Nolan's had success in the league, but it was just a complete shit show last year, especially bringing in new coaches. So, luckily this year it was a lot better with the offseason. So,
Yeah. All right, that's enough about the Cowboys for my liking.
Yeah, I'm tired
That's
of hearing
enough,
about
that's
the
enough.
star. I'm
Yeah, let's talk about them the whole episode.
Yeah, we gonna talk
Yeah.
about them
I
again
know.
later, so it don't
All
matter.
right, that's enough for now. Let's stay in the division. MG, how do you feel about the Philadelphia Eagles and their season being 4-13 according to some people?
I'm gonna move this out the way. Fly, Eagles, fly
Jesus.
on the road to victory.
Get out of the way now.
Fly, Eagles, fly, score a touchdown. Nah, I'm playing,
Oh
but
my god.
the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, y'all ever heard of the quote or the story, "Tale of Two Halves"?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the Eagles. First half of the season, 2-5. Disappointing. Came off a brutal loss to the Raiders. Second half of the season, Nick Sirianni evaluated himself. He looked at his roster, looked at the personnel he had, and he realized that this team needs to switch what they do on offense. And we switched from a very pass happy RPO screen passing offense to more of a dominant north south rushing offense. And that's the biggest change in the Eagles, and that's the biggest development in us this season. He made a very, very interesting reference mid-season, saying like the Eagles are like a growing flower, and we're still growing. And everyone was like, dude,
That's the flower.
this guy is a head coach in the NFL talking about flowers. And but no, that's literally what the Eagles were, though. In all seriousness, we were a team that were growing, and we had to find ourselves. And once we found our identity and our defense started to play better, it just got so much better. I mean, I just want to talk about I want to give praise to multiple players. First off, Darius Slay. Last year, we traded for him. 2020 season. We kind of didn't use him right. We used him as a zone corner coverage guy, but he's not that. He's a one-on-one, man-to-man guy, and he's gonna go make a play. And Jonathan Gannon, our new DC, came in this year and told Darius Slay, "You're gonna be defending the best receiver, and you're gonna have him one-on-one, and we're gonna let you go make a play." And Darius Slay, what did he do? got himself another Pro Bowl. Should have been all second team All Pro, but we won't talk about that. But Darius Slay came in the season, got 3 interceptions, the lowest passer rating allowed against him. I don't even think allowed a touchdown, allowed under 500 yards. This guy just had an amazing season, 40 plus tackles at the cornerback position. And then you got the offensive line that I really want to give praise to. And that starting with Lane Johnson and Jason Kelsey, those guys are amazing. They really make the engine run. And then bringing in Jordan Mailata a few years ago, making him a very great left tackle, one of the best left tackles in the league now, probably top 6 left tackle, top 7 this year. And then you got Landon Dickerson, the young rookie. Our offensive line is just playing well. The thing with the Eagles this year is just that we just have running backs that they're not superstars in the league, but they're superstars in their roles. And I know you hear that sometimes, but people don't really understand what that is. And a superstar in your role is literally what the Eagles' running game was this year. Jordan Howard, we needed a power back. We brought him in, and he was a superstar at being a power back, being a superstar in his role. Miles Sanders, you wanted him to be elusive, run through the holes and burst outside, burst for these 15, 10-yard runs. Well, when he's been healthy this season, he's done exactly that. Kenneth Gainwell, we asked him to do a lot. We asked him to run the ball here and there. We asked him to pass catch out of the backfield and kick return. He's done that. So the run game has been great this year. The biggest issue with the Eagles is starting off slow. We start games very slow. Even when we went on this good stretch, the last 8 weeks of the season, I believe we went like 6-2. Our last eight weeks of the season,
something like that.
we started off slow in too many games this year. And even though the Dallas lost, we rested our starters. That's still a loss at the end of the day. And we can't start slow. And that's our biggest problem. But other than that, I love what Darius Slay has done. I love what the offensive line, the run game has done. And then last but not least, Jalen Hurts. I mean, you talk about a guy who Eagles fans going into the season wasn't too happy with. You know, everyone still had the Carson Wentz thing in the back of their head. You know, you had people, Wentz versus Hurts, quarterback controversy. But Jalen Hurts really came in this season and took this team, took this city, and took this fan base, and now we all love him because of how great of a leader he is and how much poise he has. He's gotten better as a passer, and he has game-changing athletic ability. And the Eagles this year, if we're going to make it far in the playoffs or upset a game or two, it's going to be because Jalen Hurts plays with that confidence that he has all season, plays with that poise, great athletic ability, great passing on the run, and this is amazing to see the growth of Jalen Hurts, and I'm happy to see what he can do in the future. But that's my overall thoughts on the Eagles, man. Just great run game, great playmakers on the offensive line. Darius Slay has been amazing, and the growth of Jalen Hurts has been amazing. So that's what I think about our team this year.
Yeah, you guys are playing good. The only big need I see you guys having is linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
But your defense is playing amazing. The offense shocked me. I had you guys winning like around 6, 7, 8 games, not making the playoffs. So you guys literally surprised the whole NFL. Even you were probably surprised you made the playoffs yourself.
A little bit, yep.
Expected. Because then everyone had you at like 3, 4 wins.
3 wins. I have a video of it.
Yeah.
What somebody had us at 1-16, 3-14. It was crazy, but yeah.
And look
but
on the bright side, you own the Jets, and you always will.
Yep. That's not that hard though. But Roach Entertainment, you haven't said much this episode.
So how do you feel about the Niners?
The best Niners fan, by the way.
The best one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best one.
Bang Bang Niner game. Man, what a roller coaster of a season it was for San Francisco. Obviously, we go out to Detroit and Philadelphia and start 2-0. And then we proceed to go on a 4 or 5 game losing streak and looking like absolutely doggy doo-doo, starting with the Packer game, where it was a good lesson for new defensive coordinator DeMeco Ryans when, we gave the ball back to Aaron Rodgers 27 whatever seconds left.
37.
And he played very soft coverage. He learned from that because since that play after we went into that Cardinals game against Colt McCoy and lost, and we're like, all right, season's done. Well, the next week we go out against Monday Night Football against a team that, now you guys know hasn't beat us in 3 years and absolutely dominate the Rams of Monday Night Football. Ever since then, the Niners found their identity of what we saw in 2019. That's run the ball down your throat, play great defense, and in the last 9 weeks, the 49ers had one of the best defenses in the league, one of the best run defenses in the league. We did not allow a single 100-yard rusher over the last 9 weeks of the season. we got back to what we did in 2019, and that was dominate. Obviously we had that letdown game against Seattle, the game we should have won against Tennessee. But we got the job done going against the Texans. Obviously the story this season was Jimmy G or Trey Lance. At times Jimmy G played great, at times he played like shit. Trey Lance comes in, he goes 1-1 and starts this season. I got to see his first start, his first win ever. But 49ers are playing great ball right now. I'm very excited because this reminds me of the 2021 team. Right now, our defensive line is the best it's been all season. Arden Key, who we got from the Raiders, they gave up on him. This dude's having a career year. Obviously, Bosa, who should have been all-pro, he had a career year. Arik Armstead showed up at the end of the game. One of the most underrated defensive linemen in the league, DJ Jones, was great. And going into this weekend, the 49ers are the most healthiest they've been since week 1. Emmanuel Mosley, Kawan Williams, Ambry Thomas, Jimmy Ward, Jaquan Qatar, one of the best linebacker trios in the league. Warner, Shahir, Greenlaw, all healthy, ready to go. It was a crazy season for the Niners. Jimmy G, is this his last dance? As it's maybe with for Aaron Rodgers.
Green Bay's thing. Fuck off, you bitch.
That is Chicago's Bulls thing. Get it
That's
right.
Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I'm not
This
going to
dude hated
compliment
him.
Don't
any
disrespect
Chicago
the
team.
MJ like that.
Oh, I
Listen,
will
like I said,
disrespect
Sean
any
wrote
Chicago team.
Expect Hayden to say some stupid thing. It happens every episode. I'm just used to
You
it.
need it every episode.
But is this Jimmy G's last dance? Can he lead this team to the Super Bowl? And is Trey Lance taking over? I'm very excited. It was a crazy season, 10-7. I wish we were a little bit better. I wish we would have been able to compete for the division. But you know what? We're in the playoffs. I'm excited for Sunday. And it was a crazy season for the 49ers.
I have a big take right here. If the 49ers win the Super Bowl, they're going to stick with Jimmy G and trade Trey Lance.
No, they won't.
It's completely opposite. If we win the Super Bowl, Jimmy G's fucking value is going to be at the highest possible.
It's why
Hey,
would happen? Why?
They traded away a first round pick to get Trey Lance.
Three
My
of
guy.
them.
Why would you hold him out another year?
Anyways,
And Jimmy G.
Packers with Jordan
And it's
Love.
not like Jimmy
Well,
G is like Jimmy
Jimmy G
G's
hasn't
been in the
blown
league
anybody
for-
away.
Like Jimmy
No,
G been
he
in the league for a while. Like it's not like he's like a young quarterback or anything. Jimmy G is like he don't got that many years left as
He's in
a
his
starting
30s,
quarterback.
dude.
Yeah,
He's what you call an average quarterback, but at times he can play above average when he's on, but when he's not on, he is very below average.
he's Teddy Bridgewater.
Let's take a look at
Baker Mayfield.
Let's take a look at the Rams game. First half, he was fucking terrible. What did he do in the second half? He was dotting up the defense, and you can say what you can say about Jimmy G, but one thing you can say about him, he is one of the most clutch quarterbacks currently in the NFL. We saw it time after time this year. The Bengals game, he clutched up. The Rams game, he clutched up. So say what you say about Jimmy G. I'm excited to have him as my quarterback for the playoffs, but I know he's going to piss me off at some point, whether we are one and done against Dallas or, we go to a Super Bowl or whatever.
It should happen this week.
Nah, it's happening next
No.
week.
I feel
He's
like
gonna be one and
Jimmy
done.
G
I'll
is
tell you that.
One and done, baby.
I feel like he's a bridge quarterback, but sometimes he elevates himself. Like he's like Teddy
Yes.
Bridgewater, but like with the higher
You
ceiling.
want to know who he reminds me of? He reminds me more of Baker Mayfield.
Nah, wait, what? Say nah.
Not
Baker's
But,
more of a gunslinger, though, than Jimmy G is.
But if you
Yeah.
if you're talking quarterback, he's more like a bridge quarterback with it.
Yeah.
That's what Baker is.
But my thing about the Niners this year, bro. I mean, Roach, I'm surprised you haven't brought this guy up.
Debo?
Debo Samuel. I
Debo
mean,
who?
my guy.
First wide receiver in NFL history, 1,200 receiving yards, 300 in the ground, the most receiving rushing touchdowns by receiver in NFL history. I mean, the dude did everything. There's a reason why he was in a Pro Bowl, the reason why he was an All-Pro first teamer.
You know what? We're not even gonna call him Debo. We gotta respect this. His name is a guy named Tyshawn Samuel Sr.
Yes, sir.
Just had a kid, by the way. Congrats to him.
Yes, sir.
Congrats.
This dude is the best flex player in the league.
Hell yeah.
I mean, bro, the guy can go out there, run routes, catch the ball, yards after catch, and he can line up in the backfield and
Yes,
be
sir.
effective. He knows how to run through the holes like a running back. I've never seen a guy like Debo since. I mean, Cordell Patterson's probably the biggest comparison to him.
But he's
That's in
not
the
on
league
Debo's
right
level.
now. Or like, I can't really think of like an all-time guy. Like I really can't think of a guy who's like Debo Samuel. Like we haven't seen this
Yeah.
in a while. And at
Funny
this
thing
high
is-
Ty
level-
Montgomery was
Funny-
one of those.
Funny thing is, I thought what we saw from Debo this year is what we were to get from Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah.
You know, Ayuk started out in the doghouse. He ended up with over 800 receiving yards, so he almost had 1,000. But what we saw from Debo this year is what I thought we were going to see from Brandon Ayuk. So it's very exciting to have Debo playing like he is. Ayuk's big-time catchers right now. And somebody else I forgot to mention, Jawan Jennings.
I love Jennings.
Our-
Our
about to say
new
that.
Kendrick Bourne, but I think he might be better than Kendrick Bourne was. This dude
Oh, yeah.
has been absolutely clutch. Whether a majority, I think it's like 80-90% of his catches either went for a first down or a touchdown. He had two touchdown performance. Obviously, the pass on Deebo Samuel, that was a godly.
That was godly pass.
And the Rams game, I love Jawan Jennings. The Niners were set at the wide receiving court for a while with them
Rocha, you want to
Sure.
know why the Niners swept the Rams?
because we own them.
No, because Aaron Donald disrespected the GOAT Debo
Facts.
Samuel.
You know,
Debo who?
Aaron Donald had a really great year. He faced the Niners twice, had one pressure and no sacks in 2 games against the Niners. Fun fact, he hasn't had a sack against the Niners since the first game in 2019. So the last 5 games he's not had a sack against us.
Yeah.
I want to say something before we get into our playoff wild card
I
predictions.
still gotta talk about Packers, you little shit.
Hold on. I just want to say
Oh.
something real
Hey,
quick.
yo.
Real quick, Hayden.
Oh, I stopped.
I am an Eagles fan,
Yeah.
but I have to say this:
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
the Trayvon
Really?
Diggs hate gotta stop. That man is a baller.
It
He's
does.
a playmaker, dog. The Trayvon Diggs hate gotta stop.
I
bro.
wouldn't shit on Trayvon Diggs to fuck with B-Hub. I love Trayvon. He's my favorite player outside of Green Bay.
I know he's giving up yards, but like also there's a safety that has a job too that can cover deep.
Yeah.
But we gotta stop the Trayvon Diggs hate. I just wanted to say that. I don't know if B Up and Sean has something to say about that, but I just had to say that.
You know, thing is, people love to just find any reason to hate on the Cowboys, even when we're successful like this.
Mhm.
He's having a great year, Trayvon Diggs. You know, defensive player of the year for half the year. In that conversation, obviously T.J. Watt just kind of took it away, right? But
TJ Watt should be.
people find any reason to hate on us, and that's at the end of the day. I'm at that point where I'm like, I'm just gonna let everybody just keep on taking their shots, and we're just gonna go out there and just prove him wrong and show why that he deserves the respect that he gets. You know.
I have
Yep.
a lot of respect for Trayvon. He's my favorite player
Crazy about
outside of
Trayvon
Green Bay.
Diggs. The
What?
way that he can get turnovers, but how much yardage he plays, he's what we've been calling the Jameis Winston of the defense, where he has these big time plays, but sometimes he'll get to what would you call it, like 2 pass interception happy and allow players to go by him.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't want to make it seem like I'm just giving like Trayvon Diggs is this royalty, like no flaws guy, but he does have flaws. He does
Every player
bite
does.
sometimes here and there, but he's a
The double
overall
moves, man.
he's an overall good cornerback, and people need
Absolutely.
to treat him as he's a good cornerback. Like, no, you don't get 11 interceptions. You don't lock down Terry McLaurin for no reason.
You don't, no.
No, and then I think people forget, and I have to keep saying this. He's still very young as a corner, and it's because he was switched his junior year
Mhm.
to corner halfway through or something like that. So it's not like he's had an abundance of years playing as corner. He played his whole life as a receiver, obviously
Yeah.
just like his brother Stephon Diggs.
Mhm.
Now,
Mhm.
Saban switched him. Like, you know what? He's got talent. Let's switch him over. So he's still learning. A lot of these plays that he's given up, and from what I've seen, and I used to play defensive back, and some of the things that he's given up is just mental stuff, like not dropping back enough in his zone or whatnot. Just the depth of his drops and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And sometimes not, like, this is crazy, not being aggressive enough. Like some of those big plays that he gave up is he let up because he thought the safety was coming. And he was like, you know what, let me back off. No, you got to be a baller sometimes and say, I'm going to go get that shit. And sometimes he's done that. Now, of course, he's been beat on some double moves, but being an aggressive corner like that, you got to take the good with the bad. There are times that he does get beat. But there's times that all these defense players get beat. Jalen Ramsey, arguably one of the greatest right now in the game. No one's going to ever argue that. He got torched by DK Metcalf, right?
Yep.
there's corners. There's going to be times where these guys get beat, and sometimes just matchups, stuff like that. And some of these times when he gets beat are on crossing routes. And no matter how good of a corner, depending on where you're positioned and the defense they called, you might be lined up outside. It's hard to cover crossing routes. I saw that so many times where he got beat on that. No, unless you're in perfect position for that, you're going to get beat, no matter how good of a corner you are.
Yeah.
So the yardage thing, I love how people want to use it as an argument, but at the end of the day, I want a game changer, and that's what he is.
Exactly.
So we had Byron Jones who never gave up shit, but our defense wasn't any better for it, right?
Yeah.
No.
What's crazy to think about is look at the Patriots game. Back-to-back plays. He wasn't a pick six. We got that huge pick off of Mac Jones, and then the next play gave up that touchdown to Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah. And a lot of it has to do with, he even admitted after, he's like, I thought the safety was going to come in and make a play, and he's like, I backed off and I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could. That honestly, if you go look, he could have had that interception. He had perfect position for it.
That was also a beautiful throw by Mac Jones. No one gave him credit for that pass. He put that in there.
But we can talk more about Mac Jones.
Honestly, I thought it wasn't that good of a throw.
Let's let him talk about the Packers. He's about to talk about how great they are.
No.
How Aaron Jones is better than Darius Slay.
Let him talk because he's not going to get to talk next a couple weeks from now. So.
Hey, I will be talking
NFC Championship
Super Bowl. I'm just saying, but I just wanted to say one thing before we talk about the Packers. Would you guys rather have AJ Terrell or Trayvon Diggs right now?
Trayvon.
See, I'd love a playmaker like Trayvon.
On my team, I would want Trayvon. Yes.
I want Trayvon.
Sorry, Big Fridge, but I'd rather have Trayvon.
AJ Terrell don't get me wrong, though. AJ Terrell had a great year.
He's a great player. He has, but he finally got his first interception this year.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a guy that changes the game.
Trayvon has 14 in 2 years.
Today, I've been seeing a lot of like AJ Terrell, Trayvon Diggs shit because of the All Pro stuff coming out.
Yeah, I'd rather have Trayvon on my team.
I'd rather have Trayvon too.
Talk about the Packers because when we do our NFC Championship episode, we won't be talking about them.
Exactly.
No, they will be because they're gonna choke in there. Come on, bro. Anyways, but the Packers. Holy shit, what a dramatic offseason it was. It was terrible, the offseason. Then just having all the pieces come back for another last dance, like Rocha was saying with Jimmy G. But the true last dance of the NFL is Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, you fuck. But it's going to be an interesting postseason for us. But just going into the playoffs healthy with Jair coming back, to Darius coming back is huge. A shocker to me was Merciless. I do not want to try to say his first name. I'll fuck it up.
Whitney Merciless?
Yes,
Whitney.
He's so hard to say.
Shut up.
Your pronunciations are so terrible,
But
bro.
just getting all of like our defense fully healthy, a top 10 defense, which they were ranked this year with all those injuries. Like Rocha said for the Niners, this is the healthiest Packers defense has been since week 1. Heading into the playoffs too. So having that defense at the full capability with it and yet we still have great players on defense as corner with Rasul Douglas, Eric Stokes, who stepped up big for us. With those two, we shouldn't even have to see Kevin King on the field, Packer fans. So that's something to look forward to. But just having our defense fully healthy is huge. And then offense, having a future 4-time MVP and Aaron Rodgers on the field balling with his boy Devontae Adams, who is in unanimous All-Pro, by the way. Just wanted to let you guys know. It's huge heading into the playoffs. Home field advantage where I'll tell you this, it's freezing cold in Wisconsin, so good luck, you Southern teams. Good luck. In the freezing cold, I'm just excited to see this happen and see this all unfold, and hopefully where we host the Lombardi and bring it home.
I'm just saying, congrats Aaron Rodgers on another great year. But he's about to match how many MVPs he has. NFC Championship losses.
Go fuck yourself! Go fuck yourself!
That's tough.
Hey, B-Hub, talk to me when you get to the NFC Championship game, please.
This year, baby, it's the year.
They won't get there this year.
Yeah, you're gonna be first round access with the Bucks.
Rodgers about to lose 5 of the NFC championships. That's how many Super Bowls the Niners have, Hayden. You should be sad.
Hey, go fuck yourself. Now, MG, you want to take us on to our next topic?
Let's go into our next topic. I'm gonna start this playoffs off right And we brought some
Playoffs.
two good guests for it. Some two guests who are in the playoffs. It's only fitting. So let's start off with our wild card predictions. So our first game we have on Saturday, 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central, 2:30 Mountain Time, and 1:30 West Coast Time. We have the Bengals versus the Raiders. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a 5 point favorite for the Cincinnati Bengals. As of this recording, the over under is 48 points. We're gonna start off with one of our guests who gives the Raiders good luck when he streets them. Roach Entertainment. Who do you have winning this Raiders and Bengals game?
Oh man, who would have thought the Bengals haven't won in 31 years? The Raiders haven't won in 19 years, man. This is gonna be a hell of a battle. Shout out to a great person in this community, B Money, who's gonna be at this game for his Bengals.
Yes, sir.
Man, I so look forward to this. Now we have this thing about Derek Carr. He can't play, and the coach Sean's been calling this for a couple of years now. And man, this is gonna be a hell of a game. Yeah, Raiders tend to do good when I stream. Mofo's always asking me to do it. But man, Joe Burrow, in my opinion, should be comeback player of the year. I don't think I win. I think that's gonna go to Nick Bosa. No, okay, that's gonna go to Dak Prescott. But Joe Burrow, Derek Carr, man, I'm so happy for him. His first ever playoff game. In 2016, he broke his leg, so he couldn't play. Bengals, Raiders, man. I'm in this game gonna go with the Bengals because I don't trust the Raiders defense against that trio of wide receivers. I think the Bengals are gonna be able to do enough to outscore the Raiders. It's gonna be a back and forth game, but I'm gonna go Bengals in this game at home to pick up their first victory in 31 years.
All right.
31.
Wow.
We'll start off with a Cowboys fan. Sean, you are a Derek Carr critic. I wouldn't call you like a hater, but you criticize him. So what is your thoughts on this matchup, though?
Oh yeah, I criticize him a lot, and anytime he does any little something good, I always get a little shit from them. But no, this all stemmed from I remember I went to literally a Chiefs and Raiders game in Kansas City, freezing cold. I almost died.
Oh, toughen up,
and-
you little soft.
And I literally saw it firsthand. Like, Derek Carr's not good in cold weather. He's a Cali boy, right? And so he's not used to the cold like that. And it takes a different type of breed to be able to handle that, right? But I was literally at that game, and I remember it was to Amari Cooper. Cooper was wide open, streaking down the field. He threw him 20 yards short. He couldn't get it to him. It was so bad that literally everybody at the stadium thought he hit that sky cam, and he didn't. It was that bad of a pass. So at that point, I realized, and I looked, and I'm like, oh my god, this guy sucks in the cold weather. He can't play in the cold weather. And don't get me wrong, he's a good quarterback. He has his moments, and players love him. He's a great teammate, and I have respect for him. But the facts are the facts. And the fact is, they're playing in Cincinnati this weekend. Cincinnati is going to be cold. And it's as simple fact as that. Now, obviously, they're going to have to get their running game. They cannot rely on Derek Carr in this game. It's going to have to be Josh Jacobs' game. It's going to have to be them keeping that offense, that high-octane offense of the Bengals off the field. And hopefully letting Max Crosby go to work, and hopefully they could step up and make some plays. But, I unfortunately, because of Derek Carr, I think they're going to have to make some plays in the air. I just don't. I just can't trust them. Facts are facts. The stats don't lie in this kind of regard. So I'm going Bengals. Ugh.
So Sean, you said Derek Carr is not the breed for cold weather.
No.
So you're saying I'm a better breed for cold weather than
Shut
Derek
up.
Carr?
Shut up.
Shut up.
I mean, look, honestly, bro, when Derek Carr misses a guy in the cold weather that bad, we've seen Derek Carr make some good passes, but when you miss a guy that bad, that's just tough.
I'm just saying.
Hey,
I'm better
Hayden.
than Derek Carr in cold weather.
Hey, Hayden, you know who was breeded for cold weather? Colin Kaepernick when he went into Green Bay and beat y'all.
Hey, Rocha. And yet he cannot handle the Dome in not St. Louis.
You already messed
At
it
least
up.
he played in the Super Bowl.
New Orleans.
least he did.
New Orleans.
At least he got past the Packers in the NFC Championship.
We never
But,
won the NFC Championship game. It was
Divisional.
It was divisional round.
Wild card.
All right,
Divisional wild.
B-Hub, Raiders, Bengals, who you got?
One of the best matchups in this playoffs. There's pretty much no bad matchup. Just have one game, in my opinion. Two quarterbacks who haven't played in the playoffs yet. Fortunately, Derek Carr broke his fibula and other stuff in 2016 when he might have won MVP. Sean said he can't play in the cold, which is very true. The Bengals pretty much rested all their starters in Week 18, mainly because of COVID, which could bite them in the ass, to be honest. The Raiders are a gritty team. I don't think the Raiders will win, but it'll obviously be a close game. But I got the Bengals winning, snapping their 31-year streak since the Bo Jackson injury.
Jesus Christ. I mean, that is crazy. That's a lot of years, but
Yeah, a
Hayden,
lot of years.
Well, they kept
Raiders.
making it, but they could never win a game.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
those years
yeah.
with
All them
Marvin
Andy
Lewis.
Dalton years,
The
Carson
Andy
Palmer.
Dalton years,
Mhm.
Palmer.
I just
Yeah,
want to say
but
Vontez Burfict ruined their hopes.
yeah, Vontez Burke. That streak would have, that game was gonna be over, bruh. But Hayden, what's your thoughts on this matchup right here?
A great game to start off wild card weekend. Whew.
Mhm.
You got the high fly Bengals offense versus this scrappy, underrated Raiders defense who remind me of what Dan Campbell actually said, where they like to bite off the kneecaps, kick them down, they bite a kneecap on the way down. That's what this Raiders defense reminds me of. What Dan Campbell said the Lions were going to be. And I don't think that defense is going to be able to handle how long they're going to be on the field with this Bengals offense, because it's supposed to be cold. And if it's cold up north, it's running the ball season. And when you got Joe Mixon at your running back, who deserves more respect versus Josh Jacobs and the Raiders, I trust Joe Mixon more in the cold weather, because Josh Jacobs, what is he going to do? Joe Mixon literally plays in the cold weather. They practice in the cold weather. Josh Jacobs plays in a dome. He's practicing nice, warm Nevada. I almost said California, but I trust Joe Mixon more, and that is why I have the Cincinnati Bengals winning here.
So you're going based off both teams are gonna be running the ball. You trust the running back more than the other, and I kind of want to carry on with that with my prediction. I kind of agree with that. It's gonna be a game where, like Sean said, and you can't Derek Carr, you can't trust him to go out there and drop back and make these good passes like he does in Allegiant Stadium. You just can't, unless he proves us wrong. But I doubt it. So it's gonna be a game. Josh Jacobs had a good game last week against the Chargers, had 100+ yards. Good game right there. Good momentum for him to go into the playoffs. But Joe Mixon, this season, he's been arguably a top 5 back in the league. This guy gets those good games. He gets nice yards per carries. He's a good physical back. He's been staying healthy this year. He gets in the end zone. He likes running through the holes, and he's just a smart runner. And when you look at Josh Jacobs, he, like I said, great game last week. But also, this is going to come down to, because it won't just be running the ball. I think it's going to be a nice defensive game, running the football, but it's going to come down to who can make a pass in the clutch. And shout out to B Money, because on Thursday on the Sports Theory channel, he said something very interesting. Joe Burrow, in the 2 most important games of the regular season, the last 2 weeks, had 1,000 yards in those 2 games and 8 touchdowns. I trust him in the clutch more than I trust Derek Carr. It's going to come down to the wire. It's going to be a close defensive game.
Joe Burr.
And Joe Shiesty is going to be he's going to make some clutch plays. He's done it his whole career in college, in the NFL in the last few weeks. He's just been clutch. And Derek Carr's actually a pretty clutch quarterback, but not in the cold. So give me the Bengals winning this game right here.
I have one more thing to add about this game. And another reason why I'm picking the Bengals is, who do you trust more in a big game situation, Joe Burrow or Derek Carr? Joe Burrow, who literally faced in one of the biggest games in his whole career in the college football national championship game, and embarrassed a Clemson team.
That was godly that year.
Who do you trust more? And
also, too,
he is
not only
united
that,
with that receiver who helped him win that whole year with Jamar Chase. Who do you
also
trust more?
too, Aiden, to close this game out. Not only that, but like I said, the biggest game of the year, Chiefs Bengals 2 weeks ago, the division on the line. Joe Burrow drove them all the way down the field and got them the punch-in touchdown on the 1-yard line. Or no, they didn't punch it in. They kicked the field goal to win the game against the Chiefs. It's just amazing. So that's what I think. But we got another game. What's up? Someone had to say something?
I said I called that.
Oh, you called it. Hey, good call. Yo, Sean, you be calling stuff. We were like looking back at your old streams in the Discord before this recording, and like you called the Trubisky pick. You called something else too. Like we were looking at your old streams, bro. You be calling stuff. So you need to call the Eagles win this week. Help us out, but
Hey, Sean, could you call a bad thing for the Bears for this upcoming offseason, please?
I'm using my calling ability for the Cowboys beating the Niners this week. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
Oh,
that's fine as long as it does not affect me. I don't care.
yeah. Hey, someone's gonna cry, Roaches. Someone gonna cry this week.
But let's
but
move on to
next
the
game,
boring game.
it might not be too boring depending on how you look at it. You got the 11-6 Buffalo Bills versus the 10-7
I thought
Patriots.
this was a different game.
This is gonna be at 8:15 Eastern, 7:15 Central, 6:15 Mountain Time, and 5:15 West Coast time. The favorite is the Buffalo Bills by 4.5 at this recording. It's gonna be nice cold weather like it was when they played
Windshield
on prime time
advisory.
not too long ago. So we're gonna start with Sean. Bills versus Patriots. Who you got winning this one?
Oh, this one's interesting, man, because this obviously these teams split in the regular season.
Mhm.
But this is both games, were fun to watch. So this is one of those ones that could go either way. I'm sticking with the Bills though. That's who I think is going to win.
Mhm.
Uh, I wouldn't doubt it though if the Patriots do pull off the win, right? You can never count out a Bill Belichick.
No.
You really can't. Never. As long as he's coaching there, and as long as he has that defense, you never know what might happen, right? But I think this game's going to be a lot of fun to watch. They're going to go back and forth. I love that they split through the regular season. But like I said in the pick'em on Thursday, Mac Jones
Mhm.
has been turning over the ball as of late. But one thing that I've also been very impressed in is that they've been running the ball. Buffalo. We gave a lot of shit to the Dabble. Is that how you say his name, right?
Dabble, yeah.
That they throw the ball way too much. They don't run the ball enough. But as of late, they have been. They've been giving Singletary. Man, he's been stepping up as of late.
Should be
And
my
he's been getting the ball a lot. And I've been really impressed by the simple fact that they have been trying to establish the run a lot more. Now, obviously, New York is who they played recently, then Atlanta. Those are easy teams to run against. They suck, right?
Mhm.
But they've been at least giving it an opportunity. You got to have balance when you're going against a good defense. You got to have balance when you're going in the playoffs because it is
Mhm.
cold weather. You're not always going to be able to throw the ball. You're playing better defenses, so you got to keep them off balance. So but I'm going Buffalo to win this. I think they're more talented. You have Josh Allen, who's a monster. He can run the ball himself, even when it's a pass play. He can still break and run it
Yep.
himself. So
Yep.
it's going to be fun to watch again, though. These teams going at it, these division rivals.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Rocha, what's your thoughts?
Oh man, yeah. I mean, Sean hit it on the nose with Mac Jones throwing over the ball line. We saw it against Miami. That game really didn't mean much. Well, they could have shut up the division, and he turned over the ball a few times.
Mhm.
They went into Buffalo, and they threw the ball 3 times and won that game. Then Buffalo goes into New England, and they beat them in New England. This would be a great matchup. I'm actually really looking forward to this game. I think this would be really good coming down the wire. Bill Belichick with a rookie quarterback in the playoffs. Let's see how that turns out. I'm going to put my trust in Josh Allen and the Bills, who were in the championship game last year, to win this game. Mac Jones scares me in the playoffs. I don't know how good he's going to do. Brian DeBall, he's going to want to ball
Mhm.
out with his play calling because he has a chance to be a head coach this offseason. So give me the Buffalo Bills
Buffalo Soldiers. No
All right,
copyright.
and who do you have?
to win this game.
Who do you have?
I love this matchup right here. You got, like I said, you got the 10-7, 11-6 guys. We're fighting down to the division all the way to week 18. This is a good matchup here, but Sean and Rocha, they said it a lot about Mac Jones in the playoffs. Now, it is very rare that you win with a rookie quarterback in the playoffs, but it's very rare that Bill Belichick loses in a wild card round.
Yeah.
So it's like, which one am I going with? Am I going
It's
with
so
the rookie
tough.
quarterback thing, or am I going with the Bill Belichick not losing that much in the wild card? I might have to go with the Bills. And I always say, coaching matters in the league. It matters. Scheming players matters. But you can scheme players perfectly. But it comes down to the players to make those plays in a big time moment. I have yet to have a reason to trust Mac Jones in a big time moment. I have yet to see him do it in a big time moment. At least Joe Burrow, right? This is his first playoff game too. At least I seen him go up against the Chiefs, a high competition, and be clutch in the week before against the Ravens. I have not seen Mac Jones at all in this season have to go make a clutch pass. Even let's go back to college at Alabama. He was surrounded by so talent. They were up by 50 in the third quarter. Mac Jones is gonna have to make a clutch pass is here. He's going to have to make clutch plays, no matter how cold, no matter how many times Bill Belichick wants to run the ball. Bill Belichick knows Brian Dable and Sean McDermott knows, Josh Allen, everyone at the stadium, everyone watching this game knows that the Patriots want to win. And if Mac Jones is the future, he has to also make plays with this arm. And I don't believe him. I don't trust him to do it. And I got the Bills winning this game. Josh Allen, this is his third time in the playoffs. And he now knows how it feels to get heartbreaking twice. And once against the Chiefs, once against the Texans. He knows how it is. He knows how to make clutch plays in the playoffs, or at least I will hope by this time now. And he's an MVP level quarterback, elite guy, talent out of this world. I just trust him over Mac Jones in this matchup, and I think that's what it's going to come down to. So give me the Bills winning.
Yep.
Just to echo what everyone just said, I completely agree with everyone. I'm going to pick the Bills as well. I just don't really trust Mac Jones in the playoffs. But it's kind of hard to count out Bill Belichick, the greatest coach possibly of all time. I just don't trust Mac Jones throwing the ball. And I see him having a couple turnovers that change the game.
Yeah.
And I see Buffalo winning by 10 plus.
Ooh,
Wow, okay.
Hot take there. B-Up, I disagree. I don't think it'll be 10 plus. I think it'll be by 3. The Bills will win on a game-winning field goal. I like
them tables.
I like this Patriots team. They're missing a huge big piece into why I have them. In reason why I'm losing. They don't have that true number one because their number one receiver is Kendrick Bourne or Nelson Aguilar. I feel like they're missing that big thing when they're facing a fast-paced, high-powered offense with the Bills. You need that receiver to help shoot, to have that shootout, because it's gonna be more like the shootout than it will be a defensive performance. I'm saying,
and I just think
it's gonna be a defensive performance.
I love you bring that up, Hayden, because when it comes down to a game on the line, 1-on-1, you got your quarterback, wide receiver. You got one of the best receivers in Stephon Diggs, one of the best quarterbacks in Josh Allen.
Exactly.
The Patriots, you got a rookie quarterback in Mac Jones, and you're number one. Like you said, we don't even know. Is it Nelson Aguilar?
You have a bunch of number 3 receivers.
Harry? Who's it? Jacoby Myers? We don't know who their number one receiver is. So I just
Rob to New England next year.
Could be. But our next
And he
game
makes something
here,
happen.
next game, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot wait. I'm gonna go last. With
I
this
want to
one,
go first. I want to go first. I know what you're talking about.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Oh my God.
We got to take a quick trip down to Tampa Bay. And we have a familiar face in Eagles history we're going to be going up against, Mr. Tom Brady. This is going to be happening at 1 o'clock Eastern, 12 Central, 11 Mountain Time, 10 o'clock in the West Coast. The the Buccaneers are favored by 8. The over-under is 46, and this got some rain and some winds involved in this one. We're going to start off with the Cowboys fan first. We're going to start off with Sean. Who do you got winning this game, sir?
This is one of those games that, surprisingly, could be a lot closer than people think. It really could, but it all comes down to the execution of y'all's offense. Really, the Eagles. Are y'all going to be able to run the ball like y'all have been as of late? Right, 159 yards per game. Y'all are really going to need to step up and keep that other offense off the field, because with Tom Brady, I know they're without Chris Godwin. Obviously, no more AB over there because of that fiasco, but. They still have some weapons. They still have some players, Gronk and Mike Evans and stuff like that. They're going to let Fournette back. So it's not like they don't have weapons. And Tom Brady's just been balling out all year, leading the league and passing and stuff like that. And so it's going to be, the key is going to have to be exactly how y'all play, running the ball, keeping them off the field. Now, are y'all going to be able to stop them defensively? I know y'all get, Darius Slay and stuff like that, but Tom Brady's one of the greats, man. He's one of the best, and he knows how to read a defense and get to the players who they need to get to. So we saw that even against the Jets when they were down big, and AB just left the game, and all that stuff happened. He still mounted a comeback, right? And with other players, not even other people named not AB. So we know Tom Brady could do it. But y'all have the tools, and I say that. I'm not picking y'all to win, obviously, but because I can't bet against Tom Brady. But y'all have the tools to do it. It's just going to be, can y'all slow down them enough and keep their offense off the field? Because this is the one thing that I noticed throughout the Eagles. When they do lose, it's usually because they give up points quickly in a hurry, and it forces them to panic a little bit. because y'all aren't built to come back. Y'all are more built to run the ball.
Yeah.
So that's and then because the inconsistency in y'all's passing game. That's the only thing, man. I wish y'all would be a little bit more consistent, which I think that will come in time when y'all get a little bit better receivers. Our Sega Whiteside. I know y'all hate him, and y'all don't give the
Oh, I
ball
love
enough
him.
to Devontae Smith. I think not consistently enough.
Not
There's
consistent.
games where he'll go off, and then there's games where he'll have 2 catches. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because I have him in fantasy, and it pisses me off. But no, like that's why I'm picking the Bucks to win. But y'all have the tools, just can it come together?
Man, I'm shaking about this. I'm just so excited, bro. I'm excited. But Rocha, what is your thoughts on this game, sir?
Yeah, man, I definitely think the Eagles do have a shot at this game. With Miles Sanders being back, the way y'all run the ball, you guys can control that, time of possession. But it's Tom Brady. It's the greatest. I hate me to say this, the greatest quarterback of all time.
Wait,
And
wait.
I just,
It's Jim
what do you
McMahon.
mean? What do you mean? Shut
Oh,
up.
Jim
come on.
McMahon is the greatest quarterback of all time, bro.
What up, bro?
Shut up. But now I lost my train of thought. Thanks, Hayden.
You're welcome.
But the Bucks injuries definitely come into play this game, like you said, MG. Like possibly there could be no. I think we were saying in Discord earlier, no Fournette or Rojo.
I think they might get Fournette back, but
Fournette
definitely
is a game time
Rojo is
decision.
out.
Fournette
Rojo's
And that would be
out.
huge if they're down to what, Gio Bernard and Le'Veon Bell,
Yeah, and Keyshawn Vaughn.
Keyshawn Vaughn. That would be huge.
Love
But
you
I
on
just,
Bell.
yeah, Le'Veon Bell. Who'd have thought here in 2022?
Right.
But I can't go against the Bucks in this. I think Tom Brady he's had worse in the playoffs and done great with it. I can't count out Tom Brady. I think this would be a better game than people think. Hayden, put your freaking arms down.
Nah, this is for a reason.
Oh my god! But there won't be no fly Eagles fly. It'll be more cry Eagles cry after this game.
Hey, come on, bro.
Hey,
B-Hub.
MG. Hey, MG. Fly, Eagles, fly.
I don't like when you sing it. No.
Why is he a
Only
part of this
Eagles sing it.
podcast?
I'm saying this.
I don't
Why
know.
is this guy here?
I am so confident the Eagles will win. I put $40 on this game with a good friend of ours.
Y'all, he jinxed us. Hey,
Please,
we
please, son.
The
Yeah,
Eagles are
you
going
do.
to win, and let me tell you why. Sadly, the Buccaneers have no running backs, like true running backs. If they do get Leonard Fournette, he's not going to be fully healthy. You also are without Chris Godwin. AB did ABE shit. So, and the thing is, they're facing against one of the best lockdown corners this year in Darius Slay, who will lock down Mike Evans. Because when Mike Evans faces a good corner lately, he's been getting locked down. And that's huge. Taking away one of Tom Brady's best weapons he has had, that's huge this year. Taking away Mike, it's going to be all on Rob Gronkowski whether or not that offense does good in the pass game or not, and Scotty Miller. I did not say Pippen, I said Miller this time, so I'm happy. But the Eagles are going to win, and they're going to win by 7.
I have a question
I don't like
for
that.
you, Hayden.
Yep.
Are you picking the Eagles to beat the Bucks because you're afraid the Bucks will beat your Packers?
Yes,
no,
that is
no,
exactly
no, no.
why. Yes.
Because
Yes.
he doesn't
yes,
want
it
them
is.
to be in. Okay,
Yes, it is.
I just
Because what did
He
you
doesn't
say?
want to play
What
him.
did you say in my live stream chat not too long ago? You said I want the Eagles. I want the Eagles because you
Bro,
know.
I want you guys.
Exactly, because you know that the Buccaneers are more of a threat. Brady is Brady.
Bruh,
You don't want to see
there's
Brady
a
again.
chance I
You
can
don't want to
play
see
the
Brady again.
Cardinals or the
You're-
Cowboys. I'd rather face you,
Hayden,
fucks.
Hey,
Then you
Hayden,
got
you
then the
picked
Cardinals or
us.
Cowboys
You,
next round.
you are picking us not only because you made a bet on it for some reason, but you don't want to see Brady come back to Lambeau and break Rodgers' heart. You don't want
I don't
Rodgers
want
to
him
end
to
like
break
that.
my heart and make me cry again.
Exactly.
You're right.
Hey, listen, it's okay because we'll break their heart next week anyways.
No,
Ooh.
you're not.
All right,
Because
go
my
ahead,
heart's
B-Hope.
not going to be broken at all this year.
B-Hope, your thoughts?
Well, after talking, let's be honest. The Eagles had a very good year. Congrats on making the playoffs, I guess. Thank you for letting us sweep you. It was great. But they do have a very good shot of winning this game because of the injuries and stuff. But you can just not count out Tom Brady, or I call him Timothy Brady. You can't you can't count him out. And I got the Buccaneers winning by around 6-7. A one possession game, but the Eagles can pull off the upset.
MG.
It's my favorite time of the year, baby. Y'all already know. Come on. Come on now. Let's go. I'm bringing out the Super Bowl banner. Let's go.
The only one y'all
Come
got.
on now.
Hey, Sean.
Come on now.
Sean, you guys haven't had one since the 90s, so I would not talk.
I have
Shut up. You have the greatest talent of all time in 1-1. Shut up.
Okay, you
I
haven't
have-
won shit since the 90s. Your point?
If we had Aaron Rodgers, that's all I'm saying.
That's what
Shut up.
every team says. Thing is,
Make it
Dan
past the
Marino?
NFC Championship game and we'll talk.
Yeah, make it
Yeah.
to the NFC
What's up?
Championship game and we'll talk.
We will.
You won't.
Y'all, I've been thinking about this all week long. Like when I tell y'all, I've been as soon as it was announced or it was official that we were playing the Buccaneers, I've been thinking about this matchup for so long. And on Monday, I was thinking like, man, if I pick the Eagles, everyone's gonna clown on me, bro. I'm not gonna do it. I just don't want to go through it. But to be quite simple, y'all, I don't care. It's playoff time. Y'all already know I'm going with my team.
Wow.
Now, I want to be very, very clear because I want to be very clear. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's life. Everyone's wrong. But and also too, Tom Brady. I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah.
The injuries or not, it's Brady. Like
Brady.
it's good. But the reason I have us winning this game, we may not have the talent on paper that may seem like, oh, they can beat the Buccaneers, but we have the scheme. What do you have to do against elite quarterbacks? You keep them off the field. The Eagles over the last 8 weeks have been dominating in time of possession, no matter who we've played. The only time we had a bad time of possession game was against the Cowboys week 18. Fine, Gardner Minshew was playing, Sanders was hurt. Cool. Also, we have to have a number one corner because Mike Evans is their only reliable wide receiver. Well, last time Mike Evans played Darius Slay, he had 2 catches for 29 yards. Didn't have a good game. I expect Darius Slay to do that once again.
So what you're telling me is Mike Evans get locked down by top corners.
Well, he got locked up by Darius Slay. Mike Evans is my guy. Actually, he's one of my favorite receivers in the league, but the bottom line is he got locked up by Darius Slay last time. Darius Slay's going to do that again. The biggest threat to me is Rob Gronkowski in this game. But I think the Eagles will send pressure at Brady. I believe the Eagles will defend Mike Evans perfectly. Leonard Fournette, whether he plays or not, won't be 100%. And the Eagles will run the time of possession. Jalen Hurts will be used outside of the pocket. And the one thing about Jalen Hurts, too, is that this guy is not going to be one of those young quarterbacks who comes in, he's facing Tom Brady, he's going to get nervous. That guy, Jalen Hurts, is one of the most confident quarterbacks I've ever seen. And at this point in this season, he is giving off the most confident energy in a while. He has poise, he has confidence, and I think the Eagles will come out and win this game. We're going to run the ball. We're going to control time of possession. Brady is not going to have many chances to light up the scoreboard because of that. And the Eagles are going to win this football game. Everyone's going to call me crazy, biased. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for all the hate. But the Eagles have the scheme to beat the Buccaneers, whether y'all want to accept it or not. We might not have the talent on paper that might jump out at you and say, oh my God, they have this guy. But we have the scheme. We have the players in our locker room. We have the confidence. And people talking about the Buccaneers offensive line. The Eagles also have had one of the best offensive lines this year too. So Jalen Hurts is not going to be facing pressure that much, and he has great athletic ability. So, I feel like I'm not scared of Jason Pierre-Paul and, blitzing Devin White because Jalen Hurts can neutralize that with his athletic ability, and the Eagles' offensive line has been great. And I think the Eagles are going to win this game.
Hey, MG, let's be honest,
Yes.
though, I'm going to get more hate before you do.
Oh, yeah, because you're hating,
Yeah.
but you always make bad takes.
So
But
don't feel
next-
bad. You're not going to get most of the hate. It'll probably be me.
Next game, all right, I would like to ask y'all, can we should not spend too much time on this game. We got the Chiefs and the Steelers. Chiefs 12.5 favorites. This game is at
Chiefs, move on.
I'm not even gonna name all the details.
MG.
Sean, do you have the Steelers winning? Because you
No.
shouldn't, but it's the Chiefs, correct?
I wish Pittsburgh wasn't even in the playoffs. Yeah, it's Chiefs.
Why Colts?
MG.
Why?
Colts. Brocha, Come on, make it a clean sweep. Chiefs. Rocha.
Hello? Oh, there we go.
Hi.
My mic wasn't working for a second. That was weird.
Bruh.
Actually, ladies and gentlemen,
All
I'm
right.
kidding. I'm
Smoking
kidding.
crack. That's what he's trying to say.
It's Chiefs, man. This is not going to be close.
I
You-
have a
don't.
feeling it's gonna
No, you
be
don't.
the Steelers, and
No, you
I am
don't.
picking the Pittsburgh Steelers.
No, you don't.
What?
No, you
There you
don't.
go.
Because you're not gonna
I am
pick two back.
serious. I'm picking the Steelers.
No, you're not gonna pick two upsets back to back. You don't do
did.
that.
What are you gonna do about it?
No, you're not serious.
I am.
You're se- the,
Imagine if it happens, though. I'll just say, imagine
the
if it
Eagles
does
have a
happen.
way better chance.
I
outside
low-key
of
hope
the
it does.
This year has
I would
been a
laugh.
weird and crazy year. It's fitting that something like this happened, where we have through two upsets coming our way from the 7th seeds, and both of these 7 seeds are gonna go on a little run to the division round.
Look,
and then get there.
Now I know I might be a little crazy for picking the Eagles to win, but at least we have the perfect scheme to match up against our opponent. The game is set up perfectly. The Steelers, dude.
I feel some magic in the air. That Big
It's
Ben
Hayden.
look.
It's
gonna
Hayden.
become
Quarterback
Big
can't
Dog
move.
Ben.
It's Hayden.
It's gonna
Yeah.
It's
happen.
it's the Ben
Now, hey.
Roethlisberger retirement party,
It
Hayden.
is
I will throw this out here.
What's up, Sean?
There's no CEH
Mm-hmm.
in this game. He's out. Now Tyreek Hill is going into the game expected to play unless there's a setback. So Tyreek Hill's not 100%. So if there is a time to take advantage of it, it probably would be now. But do the Steelers have enough? You know, which Steelers are we going to
They
get?
are getting Juju back.
Like,
too.
are we going to get the Steelers to tie with the Lions? Like, come on. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I want to say
Jesus.
this. I want to say this. The Steelers are getting Juju Smith-Schuster back. Even though we clown on him for his stupidity with TikTok dances and shit, he is still a good receiver in this league. And he will
Like-
help relieve pressure from Deontay Johnson and Chase Claypool.
I
So
think this game comes down to Najee Harris, honestly, more than
and
anything.
Yeah.
I do too. I'm not going to deny that. But getting Juju back is a huge part of that offense.
I just think honestly, bro, the Steelers are not going to be able to score with the Chiefs because Tyreek Hill, yes, he's not 100%, but they have arguably the best tight end in football. It's Travis. This is a
Mr.
matchup.
Kelsey, man.
This is a matchup that Travis Kelsey's going to dominate.
It's going to
Other
be
than
Steelers.
Minka Fitzpatrick, I don't trust anyone in the secondary to be able to even have a chance to contain Travis Kelsey. And
They just have a
if
front
Tyreek,
four, to be honest.
even if Tyreek Hill's not 100%, he's still going to be a decoy. They're just going to send him deep every play and drag the safety out, so that way the safety won't have focus on Travis Kelsey, so Travis Kelsey can just eat up the middle. And it's not even. Honestly, I don't think this game will be close. B-Hub, what's your thoughts?
I'm picking the Chiefs. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all that needed to be said.
I'm just saying, I want to be
Alright.
called a genius when the Eagles and Steelers.
Shut
both win this
up!
If they win,
No one will ever
if
call you
they
a
win,
genius.
Hayden, if they win, bro, you get all the credit, bro. You will literally be the football Buddha, bro. You will literally, you got it.
We got baseball Buddha
week. Yeah, we
here.
got baseball Buddha in
We
here.
got baseball Buddha here.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we need a basketball Buddha. I mean, I'm corrupt will
Red
say
Sox
he
better
is,
than the
but
Giants.
obviously I'm the basketball Buddha.
Nah,
But corrupt
it's
will say
Josh.
otherwise.
Josh was a basketball Buddha.
Josh can't debate me. It's like, nah, but I'm joking. But
Ooh.
hey, stay tuned to next week's episode. We might have that pale gorilla on this episode, on this podcast.
Whoa!
It's a side joke, but we got Monday night playoff football.
Wait,
I didn't expect this.
Wait. I think you're forgetting a game.
We're saving that till last.
Well, by the
Definitely
schedule, we
like
gotta
playoff
go with
football.
that game next. The Sunday night.
And technically, by the schedule, we should have went with the Cowboys game before the.
Cowboys game. Oh yeah, we
Chiefs.
should have with the Cowboys game.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were saving it for last.
Yeah, I thought that's what
I was gonna save that for last.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Let's just for last.
Wait, the Steeler game is Sunday night?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes.
What the
Unfortunately.
fuck?
But anyways, we got Monday night playoff football. We got this NFC West matchup:
Yuck.
the Rams versus the
Yeah,
Cardinals.
NFC West is trash, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
This
why
might be
we
one of the
swap
best matchups. But I'm gonna do this first, even though it's the last game. But I'm gonna do this one before the Cowboys game, and I'm gonna start with the NFC West fan, Rocha. How do you feel about this game? Who do you have winning?
Ah, man. Can, these two teams just both lose and let the Niners go through or something? I don't know. Monday Night Football, man. These two teams, they had a crazy matchups. You know, the Cardinals went into LA the first time they beat them. Then on Monday Night Football, the Rams went into Arizona. and beat the Cardinals. Matthew Stafford, we were talking about this on the Pick'em on the Sports Area. He's been turning over the ball a lot lately, man. I mean, he had 2 crucial picks, one to Emmanuel Mosley in the third, and then obviously the game-winning pick in overtime to Ambry Thomas. But Kyler Murray also hasn't looked the best. I mean, they lost. They were playing all their starters, and they lost to Seattle, a team they normally win against. And that cost them the division because the Niners won. So both teams not playing the best right now. But Matthew Stafford, 0-3 in the playoffs. Can Matthew Stafford finally prove himself? And I think he will. I hate saying this, but I got the Los Angeles Rams winning this game. I think Matthew Stafford is going to be like, you know what? The Rams traded for me for a reason. I need to go out there and show the reason why they traded for me. I think McVay gets it done over Kingsbury. And I hate to say it, but I think the Rams get this one done on Monday Night Football. That's weird to say.
Monday Night Football. Sean, what you got?
Yeah, I'm going Rams as well. Yeah, I don't feel confident. I don't think you can be confident in either one if you go the Cardinals or the Rams, because of both these teams are just so hit or miss. The Cardinals come into Dallas and beat Dallas, right? And props to them. And then they go and lose to Seattle, who's a trash team. Like, I just don't get it. I can't figure this out, right? Like, what Cardinals team are we gonna get? Which Rams team are we gonna get? So I'm gonna go Rams just because because they're more healthier. You know, like the Cardinals are dealing with no Hopkins and all that. But
the thing is, the Rams
too,
secondary as well. They have to bring Eric Weddle out of retirement for this game.
Yeah, and that's I don't think he's gonna have too much of an impact. You know, but I just like the talent on the Rams a lot more than I do the Cardinals. So give me the Rams to win it, and yeah, it could have been completely different if the Cardinals would have won. This would have been in Arizona versus on the road.
So
it's just what?
This is on the road.
This
well,
is
for the Cardinals,
LA.
yeah.
Okay,
this is
It's in
LA.
LA.
Thank you.
What I'm saying is, if the Cardinals would have won, they would have still been facing each other, if I recall.
Yeah.
But they would have been in Arizona, and Arizona would have had the home. So they could have, they had something to play for, and they go out and shit the bed against the Seattle Seahawks. So I can't pick them to win. I'm gonna pick the Rams, but the Rams do play down in their competition. And like Rocha said, he turns over the ball too much, and which is disappointing in Stafford because we were all excited to finally see him on a good team, and he's still making some Lions mistakes. Let's just put it that way.
MG said the quote.
Wait. What?
Oh, I know what he's talking about.
Stafford
I got it. You can take Stafford out of Detroit, but not Detroit out of Stafford.
Detroit is Stafford, yep.
That's tough.
But MG, since you fucked up the quote, you get to go now. So go ahead.
I get put on the spot. But I'm gonna agree with the guys, man. I feel like we need to talk about the experience level in this matchup. You got Kyler Murray, Cliff Kingsbury, first time in the playoffs, compared to Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay, who've been there before. And you got a Super Bowl appearance in Sean McVay, so he knows what he's doing here. Not saying that Cliff Kingsbury doesn't, but we haven't seen them have to put up a perfect game plan against a playoff level team in the playoffs. Also, too, I feel like your best guy, one of your best players on the team, DeAndre Hopkins, is not going to be able to make this game. So what are you going to do? I mean, Christian Kirk, AJ Green, they're all right, but DeAndre Hopkins is a different animal. When he's healthy, one of the best receivers in the game. You're going to be missing that. So I don't know if Kyler Murray's going to be able to get it done. I believe what Roach has said is true. Stafford is going to come with the mentality that you guys traded for me to come win and come do what Jared Goff couldn't, win a Super Bowl. I'm going to try to do everything in my power to do that, and it starts by beating a divisional team in the Cardinals. Both these teams split in the regular season series, so it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be an amazing game, but I just can't go against the Rams. I like the experience they have there. I just feel like that they're going to come out and play better football, and that's just what I think.
Yeah, I'll go next because I have a fun stat for you guys. I looked just now, and fun fact, the Cardinals are 9-1 while on the road. Their only loss on the road was to Detroit.
But
they are 2-5 at home. And seeing how dominant they are on the road compared to at home, I have the Cardinals here. I think the Cardinals are so dominant on the road that it's like the crowd noise does not affect them by looking at what happened. Because they beat the Rams in L.A. They beat the Niners in San Fran. They beat Dallas in Dallas. Like, they won in hard places to win at, and except for the L.A. Because Roach can attest to this. SoFi you can easily take over.
See,
But the thing is, they're so dominant on the road. I can't bet against. I can't bet against this one. I can't.
Okay.
I already have two crazy picks already that people would call. I gotta play it safe. I'm going with the Rams. I'm not the Rams. Cardinals. To beat the Rams here.
B-Hub, what's your thoughts?
So, I don't know if y'all remember a few weeks ago, even a month ago, I said the Rams were going to be one and done, and I'm going to stick with it.
Yes,
because
sir,
you got to stick with your predictions. I'm going to stick with my prediction. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but at least I'll stuck with it. I see Kyler Murray running around the pocket a lot, and I see someone by the name of Christian Kirk having a great game. And the guy, is James Conner back?
Yes, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe
If
so.
he's
Yep.
back, I feel like he's going to be one of the main reasons they end up winning this game, having a hell of a year. The Steelers pretty much got rid of him because he got hurt a lot. But I see the Cardinals winning. Hayden said they're 9-1 on the road, and they're going to be 10-1.
Yeah.
I think it will come down to Kyler Murray makes some plays with his legs. Honestly, the
All right.
Cardinals
Yeah.
gonna win. Gonna be that.
yeah.
MG, you want to break down the final game, a game we and you don't give a fuck about because it's
Let's
gonna be
go.
so boring as
I
fuck.
saved this for last for a reason. And usually people make their predictions, they go through with the schedule, but I saved this for last because the two guests we
Worst.
brought on today literally is the reason why I saved this for last. We got a Niners fan and a Cowboys fan. We're gonna let them go first. But first, before we get into that, the Cowboys versus the Niners is gonna be at AT&T Stadium. It's gonna be at 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central, 2:30 Mountain Time, 1:30 West Coast Time. The Cowboys 3-point favorites, and the over-under is 50.5 points. We're gonna start off with Sean, the
I
home
was gonna
team in this
say,
matchup.
MG, let's do us first. Let them three have fun with their arguments and debates.
Them three.
Them
Yeah.
free. Well,
Oh,
because
yeah.
B-Hub.
Sorry,
Wow,
B-Hub.
you forgot
Don't be
B-Hub.
forgetting about B Hub.
Wow,
Son of a
Roach,
bitch.
He forgets about me
Yeah,
after I whoop
sorry.
his ass.
Literally,
Mom,
B-Hub is
game.
the only person in here too with Cowboys gear
I
on
know,
and
like,
showing
that-
Cowboys
that-
anything.
that-
Sorry,
Like,
sorry.
everybody put El Rocha in the premier chat. But you know what,
but
Hayden?
MG, let's go
Let's
first.
start it off. Let's let you start it off since you seem like you got something to say about this game. Then
I hate both of these teams. I wish they both can lose. But if I have to pick a team here, I'm going the Red Hot Dallas Cowboys.
Say it a little louder. Sorry, people didn't hear.
Yeah, speak up.
yeah,
The Red Hot Dallas Cowboys.
Jesus.
okay.
Happy?
I'm deaf, so
My
that was
ears
great.
hurt now.
Now you know how your fans feel, Rocha. When you
Hey.
scream.
That's no cap right there.
Shut up, shut
No,
up.
but I got the Cowboys
why,
winning
Hayden?
here. Like the Niners. They're a good team. They're that powerful run team. Run team. I cannot see anyone on that defense stopping Michael Gallup, C.D. Lamb, and Amari Cooper. And also
Michael
Gallup's
Gallup's not
hurt.
playing. It's gonna
He
be
tore his
Cedric
ACL, Hayden.
Wilson.
Cedric Wilson's
This
playing.
Cedric
Cedric
Wilson.
Wilson.
Well, last time I looked at the Cowboys, Michael Gallup was on the field. So give me a break.
You haven't watched him in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Last time I watched him was the Arizona Cardinal game.
Yeah, he
Did
tore
get
his
hurt that game?
ACL in that game. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I
okay,
did go
so
in
you-
2 hours before the game ended because I was at a Packer game then. Okay.
Okay, we
But,
don't care.
All right, but
But-
yeah. So, mhm.
I got the Cowboys winning here. I think Trayvon Diggs will have not just 1 interception, but 2.
Damn.
I'm
Ooh.
Jimmy G.
I like
so
that
bad
prediction.
that they got put in Trey Lance and he gets embarrassed that he throws the second one.
It's not gonna happen.
Jesus.
I'm
Trust
calling it.
me. Trust me. Kyle Shanahan will not put in Trey Lance no matter how bad
Yeah,
the game's
It
going.
don't matter the circumstances, but
Thank
I guess
God.
I'm gonna go right here then.
Come on, MD.
Rocha.
Come
I'm
on.
feeling it. I'm feeling it this week, baby. Give me the Niners.
Let's
I was
go!
with the Cowboys all week. I was with Dallas all week. I lie to you not. All the way up until literally like 20 minutes ago, I was with the Cowboys. But I'm feeling it right now. I'm feeling it. And I don't want to. And I obviously, in this on more serious note, I still have the Niners winning, but the Cowboys have everything they need to win this game, obviously. But
Yes.
the thing is here, how are they going to stop Debo Samuel? You never seen someone like Debo Samuel. Now we know the Cowboys have Zeke. They have or not They have Cedric Wilson, who's been playing well lately. You got Cooper and Lamb. Those guys are great. But the thing is about the Niners, we can scheme a little bit against the Cowboys offense, but Debo is so hard to scheme against because his style of play is so difficult. And if Jimmy G just plays good, he doesn't have to play great. Get the ball in the hands of Debo, Kittle, and Ayuk. Let Elijah Mitchell control this game with the time of possession if you need to. And if you guys got a lead in the fourth quarter, y'all know what y'all going to do, Rocha? Run the ball.
No, no, no,
Yes,
no,
Run
sir.
the ball.
no, no,
Run
no,
the
no. If they
ball.
got a lead in the fourth quarter, they're gonna do this like they did in
Well,
the
no,
Super
that's only
Bowl.
Shanahan in
So,
the Super Bowl. It's not the Super Bowl
Yeah,
yet.
that's
But
the Super Bowl yet.
I want to say if the Cowboys are gonna win, which they very well can, they are the favorite for a reason. I think it's gonna if the Niners lose, it's gonna be because Trayvon Diggs is gonna make an impact. Because when Trayvon Diggs doesn't have to worry about the deep ball, now all he has to do is focus on the short passes, and he can pick those off. He can do that. Jimmy G's going to throw a lot of short passes, get the ball in the hands of his receivers quick. But as long as Jimmy G doesn't make those mistakes, the Niners are going to be in this game all game. And I
Yes,
think
sir.
if they got a lead in the fourth quarter, the Niners have the longest drive in the NFL this season. They can drive
Yes,
the
sir.
ball, run it for 10 plus minutes, and that is what's going to hurt the Cowboys defense. I believe in the Niners, not just because I'm an Eagles fan, I want the Cowboys to lose. I actually believe the Niners will win this week.
Let's
And
go.
I have
all right,
Okay.
MG, let's
Okay.
have these
All right,
three
MG.
have their
Mhm.
fun with
let's
arguing
let these
with
guys have their
everything.
fun.
So,
Let's
you
start off.
guys take the floor. Floor is
All
all
right.
yours.
So
You want to go first, Sean?
Now you can go.
yeah,
Okay.
let the Niners go
Hey,
first.
oh, first of all, I want to say Hayden's only picking the Cowboys because he knows the Niners would go into Green Bay and kick their ass. But
Yeah.
anyways, man, what a game! You know, I've been out ever since I was born. The day I was born, I've been wanting a Cowboys Niners playoff game because of the rivalry in the 80s and the 90s.
Oh.
Every single time these two faced off, the other one went on to go win the damn Super Bowl. And we get that matchup again. I wish this was an NFC Championship matchup. It would be even better. But you know what? It's here, and I cannot wait for it. So, Dallas, I talked about it, has the worst defense after the catch in the NFL. San Francisco has one, if not the best offense in the NFL after the catch. What do we do best? Debo, Ayuk, and obviously George Kittle, best out their positions, and Yak. And I think that's what's going to hurt the Dallas Cowboys in this game. For the 49ers side, on defense, can you stop Cedric Wilson with his speed? Can you stop Coop and Lamb? By the way, you have Ayuk and Lamb going at it. I'm looking forward to that matchup. Two second-year wide receivers. Can we stop them? We're fully healthy now. Ambry Thomas, who Niner fans and you guys know, we hated this kid when he first started. But ever since that Tennessee game, the last 3 weeks of the season, he's just gotten better and better and better. We'll have Ambry Thomas on one side, Emmanuel Mosley the other, Kawan Williams in the slot. This is our best set of corners we're going to have out there since week one when Jason Verrett and Emmanuel Mosley were out there. Not to mention, it seems that we are getting back Al Shire, who's been our best linebacker. So not only that, you have Al Shire, Dre Greenlaw, and Fred Warner all available. And the one thing the 49ers need to do, in my opinion, win this game, which we've been doing one of the best over the last 9 weeks, stop Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. I think if we make them one-dimensional, take away their run game, Dak can make mistakes. I know he hasn't of late, and he's been playing great. But I think if we can force Dak to have to keep throwing that ball, getting pressure on him, the one thing is they got a good offensive line. But the way our defensive line has been playing has been great. And Nick Bosa, he came out and said yesterday, he says, Dallas with Collins and Smith have great tackles, but he knows that he sees a little weakness in them, and I think he's going to take advantage of that.
I just want to say
Dak's going to get sacked a few times, but Dak's also going to make some great plays and get us over the top with the wide receiver crew they have on him. The one thing I worry about this game, are we going to see the 49ers, Dallas stop us 2, 3, 4 possessions in a row? That's what I worry about because Dallas, we're going to have a hard time being able to stop them 3-4 possessions in a row. That's what I worry about the most. But obviously, you guys know I had the San Francisco 49ers winning this ball game. And I'm not going to lie. For a little bit throughout the week, I had Dallas winning this game. But I just think if the 49ers come out and look like they did against the Rams in the second half, we can win this game. And also, I'm going to say something right now in this podcast. Michael Parsons will not get a single sack. But
He's gonna get a sack on the first play. I'm gonna laugh in Roach's face.
But I will say I do think Diggs will pick off Jimmy G once.
No, it's happening twice.
I'm not saying Michael Parsons is not going to wreak havoc because he will. He just has that type of impact. But he will not get a single sack. But Diggs will get a pick on Jimmy G in this game. But the Niners are going to go into Dallas. We're going to have that Red Sea take over. And we're going to beat those damn Cowboys.
Hey, I'm just saying this. Watch Michael Parsons have a hat trick, gets a sack, a fumble, and a
Hey, to be fair, last time I said that was about Chase Young last year, and he destroyed us. So.
Also, too, to mention, for me, before I let you guys go, the Niners are my team to make a sleeper run to the dance, to the big
No
game.
wonder.
I think we're the healthiest we've been all season. And I think we're playing really good ball outside of a couple of halves. We have some slow starts. If we can just start from the get-go right away, going after Dallas' scoring, whether it's field goals or touchdowns, I think we definitely have a chance. And I think this team is built for a championship run, just like 2019.
And the reason why I say that, Rocha, because if you guys beat Dallas, y'all own the Rams. Y'all can
and Green Bay.
They'll head to
Green Bay.
If the Eagles
Would it be crazy? Let's. I know we're talking about this game real quick. What if all three wildcard teams win? Philly, San Francisco, and Arizona. We would have to go into Arizona.
No.
Yep. Rocha, look on the bright side. If that happens, you're gonna win. Arizona sucks at home.
Yeah, facts. And then we'd beat you guys in the NFC Championship game.
But we can't let what Rocha said go by. He just said Parsons won't get a sack and all this stuff. Sean, Rocha over here talking nice. What's your response to this? I want to hear it.
Micah Parsons, really? Like this guy is a lion, as he calls himself, right? He is hungry. This guy missed out on week 18. It didn't even mean anything at week 18, right? And he still was like, I let down my team. I wasn't out in the field. This guy just wants to play. This guy is confident. He's cocky, but confident himself so much, and he's backing it up. He's not just saying, I think I'm the best player, da 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 da. He is going out there all the time and proving it. Even the games that he doesn't have sacks, he's getting a shit ton of pressures. He's making impacts in that regard. And this is the thing. When I'm looking at this game, I think Dallas actually matches up well against the Niners. And this simple one major fact, because I tell you, I think it's going to be depending on our defense. And our defense has been playing great all year. Now, I know a lot of people will shit on our defense, and you go look at the numbers, and yeah, we're giving up a shit ton of yards. But yet, we're still not letting teams score. We're bend but don't break.
Yep.
And we're opportunistic defense too. We take advantage of the opportunities. Now, even in the last game that we lost against the Cardinals, we dropped an interception in the end zone, which we could have held them from a field goal. That fumble, that should have been a fumble. Obviously, we had no timeouts to challenge it, and the ref should have let it go. We could have easily still won that game. We were making a comeback, even how bad we started off. So I look at this, and I'm like, this is the main thing I want to look at. And I saw these numbers the other day, and this is why I think we match up well. Now, talking about Jimmy G, I think it all is going to come down to him and turnovers. Because this is the thing. This team, we get turnovers. We're tied for number one with the Colts. But I look at this. Jimmy G is one of the best against the blitz, right? Yeah. He completes 7 touchdowns and 1 interception. He completes 73% of his passes when blitzed. But under pressure, not so much. And the difference, if people that are listening, what's the difference? Under pressure is getting pressure with your front four, with the basic pass rush. And he's only thrown 8 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, completed 59% of his passes. Now, a lot of people shit on the Cowboys defense, talking about the yards after the catch. That's true. I'm not going to deny that. We do give up some yards after the catch. But the thing is going to get that catch. Because Dallas defense is still one of the best at completion percentage against a starting quarterback. I think it's around 50%, if I recall. I don't know the exact number. So the thing is, if you can complete that pass, But
Yeah.
we're one of the best at not allowing that completion to happen. And the
Mhm.
simple fact that we can get pressure without having to blitz, like even if we do rush Micah Parsons, it still could be a 4-man rush. The thing is we do so many stunts and that you have to worry about. Well, I've seen Micah Parsons going against tackles, even guards, and out-muscle them, outspeed them. D-Law, we're playing inside, outside. Randy Gregory, same thing. They can get pressure in so many aspects. The stunts that this D-line does that gets pressure, I think, is going to be key in this game. We don't have to blitz. And the thing is, y'all throw quick passes. We love to run man coverage. We're not going to worry about that. If we can get pressure without having to blitz, that means our corners can press up, get those interceptions, maybe get tip passes. And one thing is, we could take advantage of those opportunities. We've pretty much done it all year long. And we're one of the best teams when we do that. And the Cowboys offense at home are one of the best when we get in the red zone. Over 90% touchdown rate, I think, give or take a little bit. It might have changed a little bit. I saw that like 3 weeks ago. We score over 30-something points a game right now. We hold teams to 21 points a game right now. And that's not even considering the offensive numbers at home. Thing is, I know y'all think y'all going to come out, but Cowboys fans, whenever we're winning, do show up. Playoff games,
agree.
they do show up.
Yeah.
I went to that Cardinals game in Dallas, and we were loud as fuck. Everybody was standing up, cheering, screaming. My voice was gone the next day. And the thing is, I don't doubt we're gonna do that again. Now, will there be Niner fans? Yeah, of course. Of course, the Niners are gonna show up. They do rally and they do travel well.
I
Oh,
think all of our
that's the
fans
one thing.
do.
Cowboy fans do show up for these games, and I think that's going to be key. I think we can match up the simple fact that we don't have to blitz to get pressure, and I think that's going to be key in this game because if he's not getting blitzed, Jimmy G, his numbers aren't godly. Even kept clean, he's only thrown 12 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. So like 2-1, that's not the greatest, right?
And then,
Not
Right.
blitzed, he's 13 touchdowns with 11 interceptions. Not blitzed, like. Jimmy G is going to be the key in this game in the sense of
Right.
how well he can play, and I trust my Dallas Cowboys to make plays whenever they need to because they've done it all year long.
I want to say
Yeah.
one thing.
See, that's
before
what I love about this matchup. Both these teams like to dominate the trenches. Sean, the same thing with us. We don't have to bring the blitz to get home with our front four, Bosa, Jones, who's ever going to play in the ends, Key. We're the same way. Yeah, we're the same way in that. So it's going to be a battle of the trenches, and I so look forward to it.
And another thing too, lately Jimmy G's been throwing around 1 or 2 interceptions a game. I've been realizing if you give that up to Dallas's defense, Dallas's offense will make you pay.
Yeah, one thing I heard some interesting there before B-Hub goes about the fans. I think we can all agree that we are appreciative that all of our fans show up for big time games. Because I be thinking about this sometimes with like certain players on the Eagles or Sixers complain about our fans. We could play for the Jaguars. Some players can play for the Jaguars and your fans not show up at all, or
they
for some of
show
these
up
teams.
cheering against you.
Or against you, yeah. But B-Hub, you heard a Niners fan perspective. You also heard your fellow Cowboys fan. Now, what do you think now after hearing this and gathering thoughts in your head? What is your thoughts on this big matchup?
This is everything you want in a playoff game. One of the greatest rivalries in the NFL.
Not the best.
We're at home with one of the best offenses in the NFL, with a game-changing defense that gets a lot of turnovers and just makes plays. And you know what I see? I see Jimmy G choking away the game. That's what I see. I don't believe Jimmy G can beat us. I don't see it. And I'm going to lay out a little scenario here. I see Ambry Thomas getting burnt for a touchdown, then coming right back with the game on the line. Jimmy G throws a pick and chokes away the game. And I believe we will win 31-27. And I believe that Jimmy G will throw 2 interceptions.
B-Up, I just want to give you a warning. Last time I felt confident facing Jimmy G, I got my hopes up, and they got destroyed in the NFC Championship.
You gotta be confident, man. It's playoffs.
I like that. Yeah, like Sean and right, man. It's gonna come down to Jimmy G. If he's the Jimmy G we saw in the second half of the Rams game, man, we have a great chance of winning. But if he's the Jimmy G we saw, now granted he did hurt his thumb early in that Titans game, but if he's the Jimmy G we saw late in that Packers game this year, where he drove down against that good Green Bay defense and set up the game-winning drive for Aaron Rodgers, but he went down there and scored. Late in the game, I have all the faith in the world that Jimmy G can get it done. I saw it, And his first ever career start, throwing it back to 2017. I went to the Niners-Titans game. We had less than 2 minutes ago. He drove down and won us that game. So if it comes down to a late situation where we have the ball in our hands, 3 to tie, 7 to win, 4, whatever, I have full confidence Jimmy G will get the job done.
Also, too, one thing we can't underrate: Jimmy G has sat under Tom Brady, and he's had a Super Bowl appearance himself. He has all the playoff experience.
He has what you need in playoff experience.
He knows how to win in the playoffs. It's just that is he going to turn? I think the biggest question, because like I feel like what me or at least what I'm saying is, I don't think Jimmy G's going to turn over the ball. He's going to get the ball in Debo's hands, and Debo and Ayuk are going to go, but Sean, Hayden, and P-Hub think the opposite. They think Jimmy G will. So it really all comes down to Jimmy Garoppolo. Will he make the ultimate mistake? Show up because he knows how important this game is. He knows how important he is to this team, especially in a big time playoff moment. He's been there before. And Jimmy G and the Niners, the last time y'all were in the playoffs, y'all disappointed yourselves. And George Kittle, he said, "I'll be back." I think y'all gonna carry that mentality and try to get back to the big game, which will be in LA this season.
I just want to say I'm going to sit back this weekend and enjoy some wild card games.
And thinking about losing in the NFC
Thinking
Championship.
about losing the NFC Championship.
He's going to think about losing to us next week.
What do you
Nah,
mean?
he gonna be thinking about an Eagles 4th and 26 2.0 in the playoffs again.
He's gonna think about Raheem Mostert's 200 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Guess what? I'm not playing Raheem Mostert, you fuck. I don't have to worry about him.
But you're playing Elijah Mitchell, who arguably played better than Raheem Mostert this year.
Unlike last time, we actually have a good linebacker who will stop Raheem Mostert 2.0, whatever you call him. So I ain't worried about the fucking Niners. Bring it on.
You know what? I'm not worried about Green Bay because I got to worry about Dallas because there's a definitely possibility we can go in there and lose. So.
Yeah, focus on Dallas, you fuck. Leave me out of this.
Stop talking shit, or you're gonna make me have to root for the Cowboys against you on the championship game.
Hey, all I said was I'm just gonna relax and watch some football.
If Hayden keeps talking spicy, then I will root for the Cowboys if they beat the Packers.
It's gonna happen, man. You know what? All those years they beat us and pulled off those upsets. Well, not really upsets, but you know what I mean. In the playoffs, this is the turning of the page.
All I know is if we do play Dallas in a big playoff game, Michael Gallup is gonna not Michael Gallup.
He's hurt.
Shut up.
He tore his ACL.
Amari Cooper is gonna drop it. Aaron Jones is gonna wave bye-bye, and Mr. Josiah.
You know what? I want to say.
That's all
I want to say one more. I want to say one more big hot take.
What's up?
Whoever wins this Dallas and San Francisco game is going to the Super Bowl. We say every time these two teams are faced off in the playoffs, the winner goes on to win the Super Bowl.
I just want to throw out there though that, you know, I also want to give props. I know a lot of people say whenever you sign your quarterback to a big time contract that it goes downhill. The simple fact that it did not happen that way when we signed Dak Prescott to that huge deal shows that that's not always the case. Everybody always says you have to win it whether you're on the rookie contract. I think this team is built for a long, long time. Yeah. With this young talent, man.
I think the same in San Francisco, man.
And wouldn't it be fitting the Dallas Cowboys
I'm saying
Aaron Rodgers Packers career?
If we want to talk about last time this happened, last time the Eagles went on the road in the playoffs and they were the big underdog. Double doink happened.
Yeah.
Wait. Man, if y'all force another double doink, I'm gonna.
I am
I bet Josh would be happy.
What if this time Jake Elliott double doinks?
Oh, come on, bro.
Yes.
I
like that.
You've been good this year. Don't put that bad juju on.
Oh.
Jared, actually, I'm knocking on wood right here. Jake Elliott has not missed a field goal on the road this year. I'm knocking on wood.
It's gonna happen now.
MG, that was not strong enough to break your jinx.
No, bro, I'm
ain't
knocking
strong
on wood,
enough.
bro.
No, but you know what, man? This is going to be probably the funnest playoffs we've seen in a long time. Besides that Chiefs and Steelers one, every other game is going to be so much fun to watch. I felt like we haven't had a playoffs like this where we're just every game could go the other way, right?
Yeah.
And so it's going to be a lot of fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch the playoffs this year. I know we've had a rough year with some of the primetime games, and some of these games have been. But man, these playoffs should be exciting to watch, no matter which team goes all the way.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
Sean, can you knock on wood?
I don't knock on wood.
If this is the worst
That's funny.
playoffs
I'm
we
not going
see,
to mama.
if this
My
is the
experience
worst
is whenever
playoffs
I've
we
said
see-
something and then I knocked on wood, that's when it would happen to me. So
Bruh,
from now on, I don't ever knock on wood.
Hey, be like John Gruden and knock on wood if you hear me.
Yo,
Oh,
Don't
yeah, I
be like
forgot
John
about
Gruden,
that.
man.
And that's
Don't
why
be
he
like
doesn't have a
that.
job.
that's
Oh,
not
no.
what I'm
John Gruden. You won't see him
Let's
ever
go.
again. Like
Nah,
Kenny Ford.
The reason why I'm not, because knocking on wood has worked for me this year. Knock on wood. But
Oh yeah, this is just my thing. Like if it's just ever since I was a young kid, whenever I've said something that I knocked on wood, it's always came true for me. It's like it's just, so ever since I was younger, I was like, I'm never knocking on wood.
you're just
I
gonna
just can't do
say it, or just don't say it at all.
You should
Exactly.
say the Cowboys are going to lose. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
And
The
yeah,
Cowboys
knock
are
on
winning.
wood.
I'm calling it. Cowboys are winning.
All right.
41-27.
God,
This
I
is a
hope,
Dallas
man.
family.
I hope. I mean, obviously it's biased with us three, but I hope Dallas San Francisco is the best fucking playoff game we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm just
Until
excited
next
Dallas
week
is
when it's Eagles.
got everything we got.
Packers, and that's the best one in the Packers.
No. No one
Oh,
wants
but
to see that.
what about Keanu O'Neal being out? Is that any big difference?
No, not so much because it's, LV's actually been playing pretty solid for us as of late.
He has been.
So he's been great for us. Honestly, getting Curse back is what is key in this game to me, because Curse is our he's been a good leader for us. He's been rallying, man. He makes plays, he hustles, he flies to the ball, and he's our specialist
so
in
athletic.
regarding tight end coverage. So
Yeah.
Before we
I love
end,
it.
I'm about to say this.
Oh God.
Steve
Is it a hot
Smith-
take?
No. This is about the Hall
Okay.
of Fame finalists. Devin Hester does not deserve to be on there over Steve Smith.
Yes, he does. Devin Hester is the greatest returner of all time. He's a first ballot Hall of
Thing
Famer.
is,
Yeah,
he's
he's
valid, bro.
listed as a wideout. And-
Well, because technically,
That's his
kick
position.
returner,
yeah.
but
kick
then
returner
you
is not a
shouldn't have it be
position.
kick returner, punt returner.
It's not a
It should
position.
be
You can't.
Steve Smith
Yeah.
over Devin Hester, and I'll preach that till the day I
Devin
die.
Hester not only
You're just
is
mad
one
because
of
Devin
the-
Hester torched you.
Shut up!
He
not
was your
only Devin
daddy.
Hester- not only Devin Hester is the greatest cover returner, he's the most clutch punt returner. Every time
Yes,
the
sir.
Bears needed,
Remember
every time they
A6
needed a
Super Bowl,
clutch
man?
spark, he gave them that big return that gave them the momentum in Chicago.
He's the only player in NFL history to have a kickoff return on the first play of the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Oh,
But
I
man,
thought
this
it
The
was-
dude makes history, so he deserves it.
was a great episode.
Does he
man.
deserve it?
I
Yes,
really
but
enjoyed
Steve
this.
Smith deserves it more.
I mean,
No.
deserves it, but not over Devin Hester right now.
Yeah, not over Hester. I mean,
But-
Steve Smith gonna make it next year. He
Let's
gonna
be
make it next
honest,
year.
he's
Yeah.
going to be there. I just want my boy Leroy Butler to finally get in 3 straight years finalists. I'm
No
I thought you
idea
were
what
about
the
to
hell
say
that
that.
is. Don't care.
actually a godly
Don't
safety who
hurt.
invented the Lambeau Leap.
No. Meh.
All right, but yo, this was a great episode.
This
Actually,
was.
I enjoyed this. This got
this
me
is a lot of
even
fun.
more excited for playoff football.
Same. Let's go,
Like,
man. Let's fucking
I just
go.
want to say my mouse is ready for playoff football. It's the Packers mouse.
Oh, Jesus
Nice.
Christ.
Jesus Christ.
No one
Like,
cares. No one
Before
cares.
before we close out this episode, Sean, is there any last words you want to say? For about anything you can say, anything you want, whatever.
Let's see. I'll say that, man. I'm proud of my Cowboys. This is the first year that I've felt very pretty confident in them in a very long time. Like, even though I thought the Cowboys couldn't be good and over the years and stuff like that, like I haven't really been like confident in them being able to go all the way.
Yeah.
But you know what? This year, how we've progressed and gotten better. I know we've had our slumps, but man, this team, my Cowboys have shown resiliency. They stick together. They're confident in each other. They rally and they don't give up. And I love this team. I really do. And it all started that first week, man. Opening night against the Bucks, when we lost to the Bucks by field goal last second. And when Dak said, and Dak said to Tom in the post game little meetup on the field, he said, "We'll see y'all later in the year," and this is what he meant, right? And that's just the confidence. And he wasn't being cocky. There's a difference between being cocky and confident. And you know what? This team is confident in themselves. They've shown that. Mike McCarthy, I know a lot of people, and that's what I love. People have shit on Mike McCarthy.
Oh,
People have shit on Dan Quinn. People have even shit on Dak and Zeke. People just love to shit on the Cowboys. The simple fact that they're not letting that define them this year. It's all about them. They're coming together. I'm just happy for this team.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
And this is the first year I could say that I actually think that we could win the Super Bowl if we just play to our potential. And I haven't said that in a long time. I'm not like these other Cowboy fans that go out and say
Yeah.
we're going to win every
Only
fucking year.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm not that stupid and I'm not naive, right? But this year, it's still going to be tough because the NFC is a real tough conference. But if we play up to our potential, I think we got this, man. Either way, I'm proud of this team, and we got a lot of young talent. I'm happy.
I have two things to say. One, I shit on McCarthy because I have reasons to.
No, he brought y'all a Super Bowl. I don't understand why any Green Bay Packer fans.
I'm not shitting on early McCarthy. I'm shitting on late McCarthy, and this is late McCarthy.
Well, late for that was when he was with y'all. He's changed a lot. He has changed a lot since he came to Dallas, and he's even admitted he did too much in Green Bay, where he's trying to give too much responsibility to other people. He's not making the same mistakes.
I would say this: he actually got smart and actually is letting his offensive coordinator call the plays for once.
Oh yeah, he didn't come. He came in and said, you know what? It's all Kellen Moore. He said, I'm not gonna touch anything. I'm not gonna say anything. Yeah. It's all him.
I just like shit on him because I like to shit on him because he was once my coach. Who
yes,
me off
but
so much in my memory. But secondly, I just want to say, look on the bright side, fellas. We're in the best conference in the NFL, the NFC.
Fuck
oh
yeah!
Oh yeah, NFC baby.
Oh yeah!
Like,
I'm excited.
Rocha, any last words you want to say?
Good luck to I guess I can say good luck to Hayden because the team's not playing this week. But good luck to all you boys, especially you Cowboy fans, man. I hope this Cowboys-Niner game, we go out and show wow, Cowboys are America's team, why the Niners have one of the best fan bases in the league, and we show up. I hope it's the greatest playoff game of all time. But I'm excited for the Niners, the season that we had, the up and down. I think we're at our best at this moment. I think Sean's nailed on the head for them. I think our team is confident in each other. We have this big friendship that they have between each other, a big, brotherhood. And I think the Niners are. I'm just as confident in this team that we have a shot at going all the way than I was in the 2019 team. Yeah, it's a little bit different. This to me feels like a 2011 Niners team or a 2013 Niners team that were kind of like underdogs going into it, and they end up doing pretty well. Obviously, both of those teams lost in the championship game. But I feel like the Niners definitely have a chance to run the table here. And I'm looking forward to whether the Niners are gone this week or they go all the way. I'm just really looking forward to these playoffs this year,
Same
man.
Here. I'll go next. I just want to say go subscribe to Rocha and Sean, a.k.a. The Sports Fury. These are great friends of ours. We have fun. Go talk in their Discord. The link will be in the description if you want to talk to all of us. We have fun. We troll around, mess around, have fun. But I just want to say thank you, too, for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This is so much fun.
And,
appreciate it, guys.
Yeah,
appreciate
no problem.
Yes,
go
sir.
subscribe to MG and B Hub. Go follow me on Twitter if you want to see me rage over Packer stuff. And I just want to say my words. Bucks are better than the Warriors. Peace.
Okay. V-Hub, what do you have to say to close it out, bro?
I'm just going to say thank you, Rocha and Sean joining. From all of us of the Ben Podcast, we say thank you. I also want to say thank you, Rocha, for letting me be the greatest iMessage Games player of all time. Giving me
So I Rocha moment. I love it.
I also want to say thank you, Hayden. You haven't messed up the episode, so shout out to you. I'm going to say, MG, congrats on the Eagles. They made the playoffs, even though I think they're going to lose this weekend.
Hey. Yes, sir.
No. But I'm very happy to be back in the playoffs after a terrible 2020.
All of us, except for Hayden. Yeah. All of us had a terrible 2020.
Yeah, the way the Niners got all their injuries last year, same with Dallas. We were both in the same boat, and it was very disappointing seasons.
What do you mean? I got my hopes up and cried in 2020. 2021 was more my year.
You cried at Georgia winning a national championship.
Shut up!
When another team won with Maddie.
Yeah,
I'm talking about Green Bay. I cried after our loss.
But you want to know what's crazy, man? Like, that's crazy how Sean, B-Hub, Rocha, y'all gonna agree with me. Our 2020s felt so bad. Like, just, it was horrible, man. Like, the Cowboys with the Dak injury, that just deflated the whole season. Then the
Eagles. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that injury, I cried.
A few tears came down my eyes.
And like
I think
the
Not gonna lie.
Eagles, our season was just so like we thought that we were going to go through like a 5-year rebuild, and the fact that we're here is amazing. Then the Niners having the most injured riddled team in the league last year. I mean, Rocha, as a team who's had worse luck with injuries over the last few years, I know how you felt last year. And then just with the Eagles, just the way we had to just all the drama we had with quarterbacks and coaches, just to be in the playoffs or all of us to be in the playoffs is great. Also, too, Hayden and be upset. These guys are great guests, man, and I appreciate them for joining. This was an amazing episode. Hayden, you always find a way to say something stupid or mispronounce someone's name every episode. It never fails at this
Whitney.
point.
Shut up!
Hayden hasn't messed up the episode.
B-Hub,
literally
knock
can't
on
believe
wood,
this.
'cause
Whitney.
this might happen in editing again. Thank you.
Don't misedit it. But B-Hub, Hayden, y'all already know. And Isaiah, he's not here. But this podcast this year is doing numbers. Is going to do numbers. We gonna have some fun. That's the most important thing about the podcast.
TikTok.
Sir.
Follow
Yes,
us on
follow the
TikTok.
The
TikTok. Hayden,
TikTok will
we
be
about to
right
post.
above me.
By the time this
Twitter,
episode is out, we will
right
have a
above
TikTok of another. Hayden had made another bad take a few weeks ago. Not a bad take, but he made another interesting take that failed. So we'll post it on the TikTok. But we gonna have fun on the podcast all year. So that's all it
I
is.
just
It's just
wanna
about having
say-
fun. That's that. But what's
One
up, Hayden?
take
What's
I'm
up?
happy about is my Jazz take last year, how they would do better than the Lakers in the playoffs.
That's tough.
This is football, not basketball.
I know, but he
We don't care about basketball right now. It's playoffs.
I
right now.
care!
Playoffs.
Well, the Celtics about to lose to the Sixers.
Playoffs.
and
No.
Yes.
No.
But ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great episode with our guests. Isaiah will be back next week. We should have Johnny next week, Cypress, and Donnie
And
next week's
maybe
episode for
Donnie.
the
I'm not
Jonathan.
sure from him.
for the divisional round episode. So y'all want to go check that out. Make sure to keep subscribing, liking, notifications, all the great things you guys do. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been MG Nas, E-Hub, Cheesy B, Sean from the Sports Fury, and Curry Roach Entertainment.
Bang bang nana gang.
Roach,
And
can
ladies
we
and
get a
gentlemen-
good curry before we end this?
Yeah, let's get a good Curry. Let's get a good Curry.
Curry.